Welcome, welcome.
Howdy.
How's everybody
Howdy,
doing?
howdy.
I was leaving it to you this time. Oh man, I didn't even notice you're still wearing your Santa hat.
This is my new thing now. That's it.
I
Come
should have
summer, spring, I'm going to wear it all the time now.
rocked the Christmas cowboy hat. I put it away for the year because we did the Christmas special.
I know.
There she is. There she is. Well, there's an elephant in the room. It's not me for once.
Not me.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. In the chats, an anonymous donor, extremely generous, got Lindy's goal so much closer. And man, whoever you are, thank you so much. That is absolutely awesome. Life changing, and God bless you so much. That is incredible.
Yep.
And we are now so close. Like that just took a load off because
62% of the way there now.
Yeah. Because I mean that just over doubled our progress, and we were pretty worried how we're going to get that done in the next 4 weeks, and that gets us so much closer there. So that just got us a 30% closer. So it's just quite incredible. Over 30%, like 40% closer it got us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, thank
incredible.
You. Thank you so much. You know how to make a girl cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of fighting back the tears, but I'm putting on my brave pants.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I can't even believe it. This community is so awesome. And I told you these people would show up for you. Lindy doesn't understand how much everybody loves her and everybody is backing her, but we knew that this was going to happen. So that's awesome. I am so glad to see it. It's incredible. So awesome work, man. So that what a good day. What an awesome Christmas present, huh?
Yeah. It is. No, it's
yeah. And it's not,
I can't tell you how much this is going to change my life. So thank you so much to everybody that's put in or even just shared the link. If you can't afford it, just sharing the link helps so much just to get the word out there. And I feel terrible because I did get myself into this place, but I'm working really hard to change my life and get my life back. And this is something that's going to help make the rest of my life so much better. So I really appreciate it, everything that you guys do for me. It's been amazing. So yeah, sorry, I'm really emotional now. Yeah, it's kind of thrown me for a 6.
That's amazing. We're going to take a minute and you'll have to plug your ears so you don't choke me out later. But the fact of the matter is that Lindy does stuff for everybody else and never does stuff for herself. I've noticed that for sure myself in the last 2 years of knowing her. And, Lindy, when my channel got banned, she just took it upon herself to take all my videos and put it on Rumble for me so that I could keep a channel going. She's always doing stuff like that. She's always helped Healing Humanity for free, and SBG, without a thought. She always puts everybody else first. And so we're putting Lindy first because she's earned it more than anybody I know. And the fact that the medical system doesn't make skin reduction surgery, a medical procedure that should be covered by insurance, and they call it elective. There's nothing, this isn't vanity. This isn't to look better in, a dress or something. This is because 50 pounds of tumorous excess dead skin, skin that's just hanging off of you causes so much trouble, and that fills up with water. You can still have infection problems, and it's just, you're not whole until you get that off of there, So, and it's so dang expensive to get it off there. It's incredible. So thank you guys so much. And, man, we're so close now. We got 38% more to go, and we got 4 weeks to do it, but I think we can definitely do it. And we're definitely going to be pumping it out there and get to the goal. So that's incredible.
Thank you, guys. And thanks for the beautiful comments. Yeah, it really made my day. Thank you. It's a beautiful Christmas present.
For sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year. 2025 going to be a good year.
2025, and I can't wait to see
Lindy's
it.
here to thrive.
It's going to be awesome. You're going to be
Oh, Ladonna. Wish I could hug you. I need a good hug right now.
soon. You gotta come to the 4th of July meetup. So
Look at Tim's name.
I know Tim is the master troll. Tim's got a purpose in life right now, and it's to get under my skin. You know how many times your stinking pictures show up in the SPG chew, Michael? Oh man.
Yeah, he likes the Mr. Clean one, so yeah, that came up a few times.
Yeah.
And then the naughty but nice one. Is it Tim's naughty?
Oh, that's good.
So what's news other than my news? Let's what have you been up to, Michael?
Just another week.
You fasting at the moment, or because you said you're going to start soon or over Christmas?
Gonna probably start tomorrow. You know, with today, I had my last meal this morning, so that's gonna probably be it now. I had a little bit of stew I need to finish, so I'm gonna probably be fasting now for a while.
That's awesome, man. It's gonna be so much fun. Lindy's you're gonna have your surgery in February, and then I'm hoping that by December I got to get this last 70-80 pounds off, and then I think by December 2025 I can get my surgery done, at least the first one, and then I'm hoping by 2026 you guys are going to be seeing Michael get out of his house there, going for a joyride with me. Take you in come.
Not if you're driving.
Oh, I'm driving. I'm driving.
It won't be a joy ride. It'll be more like a fear ride.
Think about how much weight you'll lose out of pure terror. No, I'm definitely coming to Chicago and picking your butt up, and we're going to the next. You're going to be with us at the 26th annual Hack Your Health convention.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be at that one. I don't know about Montana. We'll see how we go, but I'll definitely be at Hack Your Health. So we get to meet you, the three amigos, all in one spot. That would be so awesome.
For sure.
It's coming.
It is coming. Oh, man. It's getting close. It's getting close. But, man, let's see here. We're all a little taken back, but definitely put your questions in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from, and also let us know what you're doing for Christmas. What's your guys' plans? How you staying carnivore? How you approaching this? Just reading this here. See some starred. Oh, we got a new member. That's awesome. Beck C. Appreciate the membership. You're awesome.
Hey, Beck. Yeah.
Oh, I know what else too is let us know who's going to Arizona to the meetup in Arizona.
That's coming up.
Yeah, that's coming up on the 4th. So in Mesa. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be there. I'm driving down there to meet up with the gang, and Bella's going to be there, and Max is going to be there, and Laura Spath is going to be there, Carrie Mann and Adam. Ashley from Carnivore Brothers.
I think Dr. Kiltz is going to be there.
Dr. Kiltz is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to be a fun event. Get to see all the cool kids club, let's call it. I'm not including myself. I had to buy a ticket. I'm not in the cool kids club. Tuning in from Mexico. Wish I could do Arizona. Man, that'd be fun. Love to meet you. This is going to be exciting. There's a lot of people coming from SBG this time, and from YouTube that we're going to get to meet on there. Yep, LaDonna, she's thinking about coming. I think she's going to make.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That's awesome. Let's see. Let's check this one out. cooking for 12, 9 pounds of ham plus all the fixins, 5 pounds of ham just for me. That's awesome, man. I know when you said 12 pounds or 9 pounds of ham, I was thinking, well, what's everybody else gonna eat? That's what I say when I put on a 22-pound prime rib and I put it in the smoker. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're cooking us dinner?" That's my dinner. I don't know what you guys are eating.
Oh, well, I'm completely disorganized at the moment, and I rang the butcher during the tour to get them to put aside my prime rib roast, and they said, "Oh, we're not taking orders at the moment. You have to actually physically come in and order whatever's left over." And I'm like, "Well, have you got any left? We can't tell you that until you come in." So obviously I'm here now. So my husband's going to drop in, and I've given him a list of things to buy, and I'm just hoping I don't get a message to say they're all out. Otherwise I'll be bummed, because I was looking forward to that for Christmas.
For sure.
So yeah, watch his space. Yeah, I might have to pick your brain for some other types of meat we can smoke. Learn something new.
Picanha is wonderful. Picanha is wonderful. I wish I knew. I'm gonna have to research what you call all the different cuts in Australia, because I keep thinking of, like flat iron steaks are actually pretty good. Even chuck roasts aren't bad, briskets, but I don't know what you guys call it all down there, because it's all a little different.
Yeah, we do have brisket, but I did try that once and it didn't. And that sounds like a lot of work, because you have to cover it and take it out. And I think you did explain that process to me. I just want something I can put in there, forget about, and take it out when it hits the temperature. So if it's not easy.
That's prime rib.
Yeah. And yeah, that was beautiful when we had it last time. So fingers crossed I've still got it in there. Yeah. And then I got some chicken chaslicks for my daughter, because she doesn't like beef. So I got her some honey soy crap that she's going to eat. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm making pork, turkey, and ham. The pork and ham were so disappointing in the shops. I really had to hunt to find fatty ones. Pork is lean this year in Australia. Yeah, they cut the fat off everything here. It's a real pain.
For sure. I went to Outback Steakhouse, or not Outback, Texas Roadhouse, because when I went to our company Christmas party the other day, I won some of the Texas Roadhouse gift cards. And so I went there, and the whole thing was funny, but I ordered the bone-in ribeye, and I ordered the prime rib, the 16-ounce prime rib, and nothing else. I told them I don't want anything else. And then they brought those Texas Roadhouse rolls with the honey butter and the cinnamon honey butter stuff, and but I didn't touch them, of course. But I asked them, I said, "Do you cook these in seed oil?" And they said, "No." I said, "What do you cook them in?" And they said, "Butter." Yeah, right there. That's awesome. And they said, "Butter." And I said, "Okay." And then I ate that, and it gave me a massive headache. And what they meant when they said butter was margarine.
Oh,
yeah. So they cooked my dang steak in margarine. And tell me how pathetic. That's the big Texas Roadhouse, and those are supposed to be the big. Do you see how pathetic those are compared to the steaks that we make?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was not impressed.
Well, after eating the meat in Texas that Ashley made, that looks miserable. Like I definitely want to go to your house or Ashley's to get a proper steak. Yeah.
For sure.
It's just...
Yeah, here. I'll pop this one up. I'm sure everybody in the chew's seen this before, but share screen. That one. Oh, yeah, those are the steaks that we cut out of those rib roasts here, and how thick those are. Those put the Texas Roadhouse to shame by far. That's a proper ribeye.
But look at all that fat. There's so much fat on that. And we can't get that here in Australia. They chop it all off because it's heart healthy. Yeah.
No, that stuff, that fat right there is what saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually asked our butcher to keep the fat on there. He said, I can't do it. I'm not allowed to, but I'll pop it in a bag for your dog. I said, no worries. That's fine. I don't have a dog, but I'll take it.
I would have said rough.
Yeah, so I just chop it all up and then stick it in the air fryer. But he gives it to me in a separate bag, and that's how he can do it. He's apparently not allowed to serve it to me like that. Like I'm asking for it, and he won't do it.
Yeah, that's how screwed up we are. But if it was a bag of cookies and sugar,
yeah, they have no problem. Oh, I'll give you extra free.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like even if you do an online order now, they're always throwing the lollipops and lollies. I order bird food and I get chocolates in there, and I'm like, "What's my bird doesn't eat chocolate? Who's that for? Because I don't want it." So it goes in the bin.
Yeah, we are in a drug peddling world, and the drug is sugar. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We have lots of renovations at our place, so Christmas going to be very low key and casual. Just another carnivore day for me, food wise. Just adding crayfish, nice lobster. Oh, you call your crayfish lobster, huh? That's interesting.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
That's funny.
To accompany my steak. Bit of surf and turf.
That sounds awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
I haven't had lobster on carnivore yet. I wonder, those expensive fishes, seafoods, whatever they are, they make me nervous in the mountains because I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't personally cook it either because I don't know how to, but I'd love to go to a restaurant and have a nice seafood platter of some sort where people that know how to cook seafood can do it for me. Then again, I just don't know how clean it's going to be.
For sure.
Hi, Rosemary. I have managed to do carnivore twice for a month each time, and it felt fantastic, and the much-needed weight loss was great, but I have a real problem sticking to it. I feel like I need I
think
is there another?
There it is, here.
Group support program like I had in OA or Slimming World, somewhere to make a meal plan for the week, share about progress, get encouragement. Is there anything like this that you know of?
Wow. Well, oddly enough, it's funny. Yeah, me and Lindy and Michael are all members, and me and Lindy are both admins, and we donate our time in the Chew and in Iron Sharpens Iron and in the calls at Steak and Butter Gang, which I believe is the best. And I'm not just saying this because they're friends of mine now. They're friends of mine because it is the best community that I've found for carnivores online, and just so many lives changing in there. And so it's called the Steak and Butter Gang, and I think you're 100% right. I think community is the most important part of this because I've said it 100 times, but what we're doing is going against the grain. We are the contrarians here, and so you need to be part of your tribe and your pack of people that are fighting the same battle that you're fighting and are kind of aligned in goals to be successful. And the SBG gang, Steak and Butter Gang, is the best I've seen. And so come hang out with us. We do an open chat, which is all Zoom calls. We do an open chat forum in Zoom 5 days a week. We do Iron Sharpens Iron, sugar addiction, priming, fasting, NSVs, and is there any others?
Yeah, guest speakers from doctors, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Kiltz. I think next month we've got Dr. Sean Baker is joining us to do a program for the 30-day like World Carnivore Month Challenge. She's a dietitian. Michelle Hearn's coming to visit us next month. So she's a wealth of knowledge as well.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Dr. Hampton is a regular.
Yeah, did you say Kiltz yet?
Yeah, Kiltz.
Yeah, Kiltz.
Rebecca
Hampton.
Heischman, she's also a regular every month.
Yeah,
so so much, yeah. For $30 a month, it's less than it's $1 a day. So much.
Yeah, it's a stale cup of coffee a day.
No, you get a lot for your money. And the community involvement, like the chews are fantastic. It's just an open Zoom room where all the members just come in and you just chat about anything and everything, troubleshoot together. There's always somebody in there that's going through or been through what you're going through. And when you don't have many carnivores in your real life, it's just nice to be in a room with people, like-minded people, swap ideas, keep each other accountable, share your struggles, share your wins. I love it. It's what keeps me going. 3 years carnivore. This is the longest I've sustained any kind of eating plan diet, apart from the sad diet, which totally wrecked me. And I've got my life back thanks to carnivore, and this is what keeps me going, is the community support.
100%. We have a troll in the chat. All right, Tim. I will read your question because it's my duty. Lindy, do you find it easy to take meat out of the freezer and throw it into the air fryer?
Absolutely, I do it every day. I love my frozen steak in the air fryer. But I do. We did talk about this in the chewing lens today. That Todd has those big, thick steaks. They're like 2-3 inches thick, and for one of those, I would definitely do your way, where I pop it in the fridge and dry. What is it called? Dry brine it, or
dry brine. Yep.
Yeah, dry brine it, and then pop it in my smoker and enjoy it with a nice crispy. That I would not do from frozen.
For sure.
But then I wouldn't want to do that every day, because to me that is a treat. And if I want a treat, I will go and buy myself a big 3-inch steak and stick it in my smoker and treat myself.
Yeah.
Rather than a chocolate bar or something. So, yep, every day a simple, thin Aussie steak. That's fine for me throughout the day.
Thanks, Tim. That's awful kind of you. Awful kind of you, Tim.
Such a troublemaker, isn't he?
He is. Quite the I love picanha, low and slow, but recently I've been doing chuck roast in the Instant Pot, and it falls apart and is so juicy. Absolutely. There's so many fun things you can do. Picanha is one of my favorites. Smoked picanha is my absolute favorite. I love getting those, and they're so affordable. They're only like $8 a pound at Costco right now, and they're so affordable. And they come in 2 packs, about 7 pounds a piece, like 2-3.5 pounders. And I've been putting those on the smoker, and they are delicious. Man, those are good. And I'm not even kidding. I like those as much as I like ribeyes, and I like ribeyes about as much as I like my own mother. So that's saying a lot.
So a picanha in Australia is a rump cap, apparently.
Yep, and in the United States, so picanha is picanha in Brazil, and in the United States, it's a sirloin cap roast, and then I guess in Australia, it's a rump cap.
Yeah, so I've had the rump steaks before.
Rump, okay, we have the same thing. We have sirloin steaks. Sirloin steaks suck.
Yeah.
Picanha, though, is a different, I don't know why, but apparently it's a different cut or something. But picanha has a nice big fat cap on it. And then also when you cut the roast up into steaks, you cut the steaks with the grain, so that your finishing cut that you eat is against the grain, so it's much more soft and edible, and palatable. And so I think it's also a little bit different how you cut it. So
yeah. But when you come to Australia, I'm going to take you to my butcher, and you can chat to him and tell him what I need.
For sure.
And then you can teach me how to cook it on the smoker. So
for sure, it's happening very soon. As soon as this is going to be fun, because in the next 18 months, I think both me and you are going to have a lot of skin off. Then I can fly around. I do not want to fly all that way. 18 hours being the size I am, because with all this skin, I do not fit in those coach seats very much. And I looked at the bigger seats, and I'd have to mortgage my house to get a plane ticket up there. It is crazy expensive at the front of the plane on those long flights. It's like, it's stupid. So soon.
Yeah. Well, I fit in the seat, but it would have been a lot more comfortable without all the skin, for sure, especially when you've got your belly sitting on your legs and your feet go to sleep all the time. So you're constantly having to wriggle, and then I'm bumping Ella. So, yeah, it is uncomfortable.
I don't need to have a airplane story 2.0. My seat flipping back. Don't want to do that again.
I love that story. It's probably one of my favorites.
Yes.
Between that and the toilet story, that was a good one too.
Just my childhood trauma.
You tell it well.
It was hilarious. I still laugh about it. It's the funniest stuff ever happened. I had Texas Roadhouse in Arizona, and I was definitely not impressed. Correct. Garbaggio, not chill, and also the fact that it gave me a headache. I knew something right away. Something. I thought that I covered it because it said it was just butter. I never thought to ask if that butter was margarine or not. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they're intent on poisoning us, but they got to figure out how to poison us at least a little bit. It's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, what garbage steak. Ugh. I only went there because I should have gave the gift card away to somebody.
I guess I want Weight Watchers or Slimming World, but for Carnivore.
I'm going to tell you right now that doesn't exist because we're not going to treat you like a number because you are an N equals 1 human being. We will give you guidelines to follow that help you find your baseline, but there's not going to be a point system and all this stuff because the fact of the matter is all that stuff is going to confuse you from listening to your body and actually healing. What we're going to help you with is practices and measures and things on how to heal, how to get a good appetite, how to get over carb and sugar addiction, how to prepare for it, what it feels like, and what you should be kind of keeping an eye out for. And then we're going to give you accountability because you can come hang out with us and talk to us, and we can help talk you through the problems and encourage each other. That's what we do.
Yeah, so Steak and Butter Gang is all about the community and support. That's where I find the most benefit from. I know there will be a special just for next month with World Carnivore Month. Dr. Sean Baker will be joining us, and there will be meal plans, but it's not going to tell you how much you need to eat because that's going to be different for everybody. It will be a bit of a guideline, but not exact math because we don't know what you need to heal, and there's so many factors that sort of go along with that, but we will give you all the tools that you need, and you can talk through it with us in like somewhere like the live Zoom calls, and everyone works together and we help each other on, keep each other accountable. So that is what's going to make you successful, is having that community support.
For sure.
And trusting the process, which I know everyone hates to hear, but it's a fact. It is true.
For sure. Let's see here. Always prefer to cook for myself versus eating out. Yeah, me too. This is the second time. I'm going to make sure that I'm not lying. No, this is the third time I've went to a restaurant in 2 years. Third time I've eaten out in 2 years. And well, no, that's not true. I went to go eat out the first time and I couldn't eat anything, and I didn't because it smelled like seed oils. So I didn't eat anything. I've gone to a restaurant. So yeah, this is only the second time I've eaten out. I had bacon and eggs one time, and now I've had this steak. And this steak was disgusting, and I did it because I had a gift card to use up. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. It's free, so if it sucks, it sucks. And yeah, it sucked. So.
Yeah. I used to like eating out because I didn't have dishes. I didn't have to cook. It was all very, and it was exciting to order something new off the menu. But as you said, now I go in and my options are steak, and
Right.
They can't cook a steak. They always overcook it. It's dry. It's just miserable. It tastes awful. I can do a much better job with my frozen steak in the air fryer than they can do in a restaurant with all their whiz bang ovens and stuff. So yeah, I always feel if I do go out because of the family, I always come home, I'm disappointed in my meal. I always leave it there. It's 30, 40, 50 plus bucks down the trash when I could have just enjoyed my frozen steak.
For sure. For sure. I know exactly what you mean. It's so disappointing. You know what the funny part is too? Like the absolutely crazy part is that when I go, like when I was sitting because I ate at the bar top because there was like a 45-minute wait. So we ate at the bar top. And because there's a seat yourself. And there was all these people to the left, and I was just kind of watching because it's kind of interesting now, right? That I had more fun people watching because I haven't been out in so long to see what people are eating, you know, now
Right.
with a different lens on. And so there's a gal and two gentlemen to my left, and they're eating, and they were having, you know, those fishbowl margaritas, you know, those big giant margaritas that are full of sugar, right? You know, they're full of blue stuff and sweet stuff, and
Dyes and
yeah, all sorts of nonsense and whatever alcohol's in there. And they're eating that, and then they had a plate of nachos and buffalo wings that they're all snacking on. And then their meal came out, and they had salads, and they had French fries, and they had some kind of piece of meat or whatever, and some kind of vegetable, and they ate that. And then they had dessert, and they had some giant fudgy looking cake thing with a bunch of stuff, and they had all the free rolls with the cinnamon sugar or whatever honey cinnamon butter
right.
stuff on it. And
Margarine.
those are as much margarine, and they were eating those things like they're going out of style, you know, which, you know, to each their own. I mean, I did all that stuff, but I'm just saying that's for reference. And then what I ordered was those two steaks you saw there, the prime rib and the ribeye. I ordered those, which was 32 ounces of steak, you know, and that's first of all, those steaks did not weigh 32 ounces. I think they were 32 ounces pre-cooked, but cooked weight,
Yeah.
I don't think they were probably 28, 26 or less ounces. They weren't very much. And so I ordered those and I ate them. And then the bartender goes, she's a very nice girl, and she wasn't giving me a hard time, but she goes, man, that's impressive. I can't believe you ate all that. And I'm thinking, this skinny gal to my left just drank like 32 ounces of margarita, and I had one club soda too, is what I was drinking. The skinny gal to my left just had a 30-ounce margarita. She had nachos and chicken wings. She had a full salad, you know, a vegetable on her plate, a piece of meat that looked like it was 12 ounces or so, and a ginormous piece of chocolate cake. You can't believe that the 390-pound dude ate about 26 ounces of meat without eating anything else. You know, I was just thinking, that's so funny that we are all so, I don't know, so hypnotized to that stuff that they don't see. She didn't see how much everybody else was eating because it came in these little courses. But because I skipped all those courses, she didn't see that. But I had 2 plates with meat on it.
Right.
And so that set something off that was like off the rails. And I was like, if you add up the protein and the calories and the fat that I just ate, like I just ate way less than she just ate by a long shot. And I think my left leg from like the hip down weighs what that gal weighs. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Steaks in the UK supermarkets look tiny by comparison and definitely don't have fat left on it. Wow.
Yeah, we're ripped off here for sure. Like I'm actually fat adapted here in Australia, but when I went over to Texas, that steak went straight through me. So it's going to take me a while to get fat adapted in America because there's so much fat on their beef.
Wow. Damon, no restaurant here serves any steak over 16 ounces unless it's for one of those eating contests. Then it's obnoxiously large and you have to eat it all and all the sides as well. Yeah, that's nonsense. But yeah, I hear you. That's why those 2 pathetic steaks cost with tip like $90, right? For those 2 stupid steaks. I can get for $90. I can get roughly 7 pounds of ribeye, you know, at Costco for that same price and cook it way better. So yeah, and the biggest steaks they had were 16 ounces too, Damon. They're both those steaks were 16 ounces. Oh, you know what you can get, Damon, that I found? You can get the porterhouse. That was, I think, 24 ounces. That was, I think, the biggest steak they had was the porterhouse. I saw that. I almost ordered that.
We've just had a new restaurant open up near us, and the tomahawks are like $260 each. I can buy one at our meat place here for $80. Pop it in the smoker, and I guarantee you it'll be 100% better than what I will get there. Because the last time we ordered a tomahawk at a restaurant, it was covered in lots of sauces. It was tiny. It was all bone, and we had to feed the whole lot of us. And we just thought, this is not worth it. I could have done a better job myself now.
Absolutely, I guarantee it. Yeah, I know. It just ruins you. Carnivore does ruin you for going out, but that's not a bad thing. Saves a lot of money and a lot of time.
It does. And then you can have the whole family here, sit around a nice smoker. Like, to me, the smoker has been a huge investment in my health. And the whole family's enjoying it. Like, my family don't normally eat meat, but they enjoy the meat from the smoker. So I'm looking forward to be able to feed the family. We'll do a few salads for them on Christmas Day. But we all sit outside and we, commute around this little smoker because the smell of those pellets is pretty darn good, and that to me is much nicer than going to a restaurant where you're having to compete with the noisy people, that everyone's very loud. It's so much more comfortable at home.
100%. Yeah, and it's funny because it contributes to the money saving, because I just don't have a reason to go to town as much anymore. I don't hardly go to town ever. And so it's just funny. When you find yourself going to town, it turns into other things and you find reasons to spend money. But when you don't and you put it into things that are beneficial, man, it's funny how it just starts saving money, So I definitely don't miss not being in that circle of whatever.
I'd love to know how you're doing your beef stroganoff. Like, what kind of sauce are you doing to make it saucy? Because I used to love beef stroganoff, but I think they put cream in it too, don't they?
Sour
cream. Okay. I don't know how that would go with my lymphedema and that.
Yeah, for sure. Sour cream does cause me my lymphedema to hold a little bit of fluid, but it's not too bad. That's like, if I'm going to splurge on the holidays or whatever, it's going to be with sour cream almost every time.
Yeah. It might be worth it just for the one time for Christmas, but not an everyday thing, obviously.
But what I'm interested in is, what are you doing for the noodles? Because when I was ketovore, I used to use portobello mushrooms in place of the noodles. So I'd slice the portobellos as noodles real thin, and I'd put the chuck roast or stew meat in there for the meat, and I would use beef stock, and I would use gelatin, or what do you call that stuff? Xanthan gum, to thicken it. And that's what I did, and salted it. But now I was thinking, have you ever gone to Costco and they have the ribeyes, or the New York strip loins that are sliced like paper thin, like 16-inch thick, really thin meat? They have those at Costco here, sliced for this really thin meat. And I thought about getting those, slicing those up as like meat noodles. So it would be meat on meat. So I would still have either that or do like ham or prosciutto noodles, like the core.
Yeah, I would just skip the noodles altogether and just eat the meat and the gravy. To me, that would be nice. I love gravy with my meat, but I don't normally have it because I don't know how to make it that's really clean. So
I would say kettle and fire beef broth. I would say doing what Alyssa, I think, is one that told me that, to use gelatin instead of the xanthan gum for a thickener. And then render down the stew meat in a slow cooker so you get all the fat in the broth. Add a little bit of vinegar to emulsify it and bond those two together with the gelatin, and then put a little bit of sour cream in there. And then for me, I throw a little bit of prepared horseradish in because I like the little horseradish zing on the beef. It's always so tasty. Good. And put a tiny bit of prepared horseradish in there. And then why not have meat on meat inception?
Just skip the noodles. We don't need those.
Right. So I think I'd do it. That'd be fun. That's a great idea, though. I'd love to see how you guys. I don't know how you're making yours, but I might try that sometime. See how that pans out.
Oh, hey, Simpson. How are you?
Appreciate you so much. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's our second home, isn't it? We get so much value out of it. We're just all having a chin wag and swapping ideas, recipes, our struggles, and have a bit of fun at the same time. It's really cool.
It's awesome. No, and it keeps, this show and YouTube, the live streams we do, and the SBG 100% keeps you so accountable because, like, every time that anything, like when I'm sitting here going, all right, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Or even the thought of running out of food and putting me in a danger spot, that always comes back to this. I'm like, no, it's like we're on a team and we're only as strong as our weakest link, and you don't want to weaken the team. You want to be accountable for the team, because I don't want to be having people follow me and screw it all up. Right?
Yeah.
Because then it's going to hurt other people behind me. And to me, I love that. And I think it's because it's what we're built for. I think we're supposed to be in service to other people because it gives us more meaning, And so
Yeah.
I love the community to be accountable to, because it gives you meaning, because I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm doing it for everybody, because I want to see everybody get healthy. And so I think when everybody has that, because let's face it, we all get in a bad spot because we are terrible at treating ourselves good, but we're way better at treating other people good, And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I tend to, like, if things go bad, I have a little pity party, and I want to fall off, and I tend to spiral, and I back away and go onto my couch and hide from everybody. I don't want to be part of things. So this sort of knowing I have to come in and jump on this live stream every Friday, and then I've got the chew meetings and all that, it keeps me on track, because I don't want to be disappointing everybody else. I'm doing this for me. It all helps me out, but also I'm doing it for the community as well. Like, we all have to help and support each other. So if I'm feeling a bit down, just listening to everybody's NSVs and on-scale victories and hearing that other people are struggling, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm not the only one that's struggling here, and together we can get past it, because it's just a hurdle that we need to jump over. Things will get better, things will improve, but you just need to work through it together. So the community is great for that.
100%. Take me and Michael, for instance. If Michael starts getting down in the dumps, I send him an unsolicited Harry Moob nitpick. Brings him right out of it every time, and he doesn't dare have a bad day anymore, because he does not, want to have to look at a nitpick for Big T.
And then this is what I send Todd back.
100%. I love that picture so much. Such a great value for the money being part of SPG. Yeah, I really think so. And everybody thinks that we like sell it or whatever. Lindy gets some time for doing the admin work over there, but all the time that we do, I don't get anything, and they've offered, but I love it so much. It's just our community. Like, we just want to pitch in. We don't get referrals or anything. We're not selling it. It's just, it's not free, because all the stuff costs money, and all the giveaways and the program and the platform and the Zoom stuff. But it's, we say it because it's really, I mean, once you're over there, you'll see how much time we all spend in there, because it is our after work life hangout where we spend our time, because it keeps us carnivore.
And I'm on the other side of the world, but to me, these guys are all family. I just feel so close with all of you. With Bella or Max and Raymond, the whole team. You guys are my family now. So it's a great feeling having a family on the. Unfortunately, you are on the other side of the world. I can't see you often, but we connect.
Well, most of us are over here. It's you that's over there.
Yeah. I got to tell you, we're not on the other side of the world. You are on the other side of the world. You got to fix that.
Yeah, it's a long way, isn't it? But
for sure.
We'll get there.
Now, Michael, you got a crap-eating grin on your face. What is happening right now?
Done.
Okay, yeah, I don't believe you one bit. I don't know what's coming, but you've got a facetiousness. Yeah, keep it up. Question, Michael, how's the edema going? Doing better? I hope.
No, still dealing with it. Yeah, I have my good days and my bad days.
But it's okay because he's staying carnivore, and time is ticking, and his body's healing, and sooner or later, this pendulum is going to swing back the other way.
It will.
And then I'm coming down. I'm picking him up, like it or not, and we are going to go do that line dancing thing.
I don't know about that.
Oh, we're definitely not doing that. But we're going to go to one of the meetups for sure.
So who's Thelma and who's Louise? That's what I want to know.
Which one was driving in that movie and took it off a cliff? Because that's definitely me.
Thelma.
So that makes me Thelma. You look like a Louise, Michael. Absolutely, Tim. 100%. I found the picanha too lean. Nothing has beaten the ribeye for me yet. Well, smoke it. It's way better smoked. Man, is it tasty. I love that stuff. It is so good. But ribeye is awesome.
Yeah, I do like the ribeye because it's so fatty. The picanha, which I'm guessing is the rump, it's all on the outside. I like it marbled inside. Yeah, it's just easier for me to eat with a lap band.
For sure. I purchased my tickets for Arizona meetup. That's awesome, Janet.
There you go.
Yay, you have to look out for the guy in the cowboy hat.
I'll be there for sure. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be great. Let's see. Missy, how about the bed story? The more romantic hop into the bed. That was a classic, and it's only so hilarious because it's true. It still makes me laugh to think about it. And I nailed the pose. I mean, I nailed the pose for certain.
Splintered the bed.
When it's gone, it was destroyed. We end up spending our honeymoon on a mattress on the floor in the living room. Our bedroom needed to be remodeled after that move. Yeah, when I got married, I thought I'd lost a lot of weight from not eating for 17 months. That's how I did at that time. But I was the lightest that I've ever been, which was 337 pounds. And I decided that I was going to do an awesome romantic pose. And so I jumped up over the bed and I leaped in and I turned sideways and I put my arm on my head like this, like I was going to land sideways on the bed. And I even crossed my legs. Only I didn't do the math and on inertia meets gravity on a ceiling Posturepedic. That thing exploded. That box frame, that thing blew up so hard. I shoved the box frame through the box frame rails, right? The steel rails. Everything bent up like twisted steel. But the box frame actually blew up in such like just explosive factor for me hitting that thing so hard because I got pretty tall. I was impressed how high above the bed I got. I was like 4 feet and got completely sideways, came down on that thing. And it just blew up. But I had pieces of wood box frame sticking out of the sheetrock on both sides of my bed. I had to patch sheetrock because that thing just got obliterated. It was the funniest thing. And I nailed it. And I was still holding the pose, but I was like, oh no, this did not just go as planned. And then my wife just died laughing. It was hilarious. And she was laughing so hard. She's like, way to go, Fabio. I took out the mattress. Yeah, so that's how that went. That's true story. 100% true. I can show you the patch marks on the sheetrock to this day. It was hilarious. Don't forget your mass versus inertia, I guess is what you got to do. Keep that calculation handy. We have a Texas road. You guys are about to hear Cosette bark. Can you hear?
Once in a while.
Yeah, she's over here. My dog, for all you that don't know, My dog holds me hostage for treats because she knows when I'm on live streams, all she has to do is bark. And I keep buffalo jerky now at my desk. So this is extortion right here because I have to give it to her so that she won't bark during my live stream. I have to feed her buffalo sausage, or else she basically comes in here and shakes me down for buffalo sausage during every live stream. We have a Texas Roadhouse in town here. I call and ask if they cook frozen. They do not. So I stay home and cook a good short rib from frozen.
I love you, Tim.
Tim is a maniac. Tim is an absolute maniac. That is funny. One day when you come here, Tim, I'm going to cook everybody else good food.
Yeah.
When you come to our
It's
4th of
from
July
frozen.
party, I'm serving you frozen steak.
That's right. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you're getting frozen steak for sure. Deep freeze, like flash frozen, for
With
freeze
freezer
dried.
burn on it. Yeah.
For sure. That's what I'm feeding you. I've been loving being part of SBG for the past 4 months, Catherine.
Yay, good job.
That's awesome. We love to hear it. And, this is so encouraging to me because as we build this community, this is the grassroots that we need because we stay carnivore. We get the results. We are all, like crowdsourcing information right now because everything on this, which is sad because we're going back to the primal ways of doing things, but everything right now is anecdotal except for it's changing lives, right? We have all the papers on, all the papers and all the peer-reviewed epidemiology studies on all the crap that they shove down our throat that doesn't seem to work, that's not fixing people. Yeah, we have all this anecdotal evidence of people that we see every day in the NSVs getting their lives back and making real life changes, but they have to cover that up called anecdotal. But as long as we stay strong and we keep growing this community, we're gonna be they're not gonna be able to ignore us, right? And we're gonna be unavoidable. They won't be able to just spin us as propaganda and sweep us under the rug. We are going to be the example, and we are going to become more than just an anecdotal one-off thing if this community grows. And then as it grows, people are going to have to start asking real questions. Especially, we're in a very good time, I think, right now in the world where information's starting to be free again. It's not so locked down, and the narrative's not so controlled anymore with some certain political things that are happening right now. So I think that's great. We're going to start to expose what they've clearly done to our food, and I can't say the other words because I'll get a hard strike, but we're going to expose that. And it starts with these communities that against all the propaganda, well, it's not sustainable, it's not, it's too restrictive, it doesn't have any peer-reviewed studies, it's going to cause cancer, you're going to have heart disease, blah, 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 blah. We're just going to do it because we're doing it every day. I mean, me and Lindy and Michael have nothing to lose. We'd already been dead if we hadn't have done this. So we're
Exactly.
living on a second chance anyways.
Yep.
So we're all going to be the example and do it. And then the longer we do this and the longer we stay the course, we show them that it is sustainable. It's not too restrictive. We didn't die of heart attacks and all this stuff. We don't have cancer. And in fact, we're metabolically healthy. Our minds work way better. We aren't riddled with anxiety and, depression and, just that risk of eating a bullet every day. And, we're way happier and way more productive and actually way metabolically healthy. And they won't be able to deny that anymore. And it starts in these communities, I think, because if we don't build the tribe, build the team, they're going to pick us off through division. They're just going to sit there and pick on us. So it's awesome. I love it. I love seeing this stuff because we're making the grassroots movement very strong.
I know I'm no longer broken. I definitely feel like I was broken, didn't have that off switch, and now suddenly it's here. It's like I didn't even know it existed until now. So
for sure, 100%. All right. Hi from sunny New Zealand, catching up on my lunch break. That's awesome.
hey, Yes, it's lunchtime. It's midday here. I got some lamb loin chops for lunch today, so I'm excited.
That's awesome. Catherine Lewis from B-Man. All right, let's see. Last night we had a Christmas family dinner at a restaurant. My $30 sea bass was a joke, 2x2x2. Wow. In size. Yeah, that is a joke. We call that. Well, I think I've had piece of meat that big stuck in my teeth before. That's quite a joke for sure. Oh, so crazy.
Yeah, for sure. You could have done a better job at home.
100%.
Tasted a lot better. One can cook fat on the outside, crispy, while keeping the inside nice and red. Oh, and it bugs Todd. Oh, that's in regards to frozen steak. Yeah. I think Lamb's had a question, why frozen? For me, I do it frozen for simplicity because I'm lazy. I don't like all the big prep and whatever, which I know is not a big deal, but it is for me because I order my meat in bulk and I haven't got a huge fridge to be able to dry brine it for such a, so many pieces of steak. But also if you have histamine issues, it's good to cook from frozen. So the longer it's out there in the fridge, the more histamines it builds up. And then if you've got issues, that can be an issue. So,
but for Tim, he cooks from frozen because he's a pathological troll and he likes to make me cry. just for clarity. Tim
convenient simplicity.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Isn't that what I said?
No.
So sugar on top of sugar, washed down with sugar. Exactly, Anna. That's exactly what my neighbors at the
skinny woman next door.
Yeah, that's exactly what she ate. But I was impressive that I got a whole probably 26 to 28 ounces of cooked meat down. And it's like, I guarantee you, if you weighed what she just ate and drank versus what I just ate and drank, she put down a lot more for sure. We had a family gathering at a restaurant last night, and we just did this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I wonder how I missed that. Okay. Had Texas Roadhouse steak a few weeks ago. I had a weird taste to it. I think they may use some kind of seasoning, not sure. Well, they definitely use margarine. I found that out. I had a headache from that stuff. It was weird. Small one. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Weird stuff. Let's see. I'd love to know your thoughts on apple cider vinegar on Carnivore. It's my new favorite drink. 1 tablespoon and a few grains of Redmond salt and water over ice. Reminds me of tomato juice. I eat apple cider vinegar quite a bit, and it's because, you know what? A fun fact, which I don't know. It's anyhow. Leslie and Keith taught us this, which is the lymphatic specialist. I started eating. I didn't crave apple cider vinegar until I was on Carnivore, but for some reason my body wanted it, and it did help my digestion. But what is interesting is what I didn't know about apple cider vinegar is that apple cider vinegar is actually a short chain fatty acid, which wrap your mind around that. That's crazy. But it actually is the shortest of short chain fatty acids because it's a chain of 2. So it is the shortest of short chains. Now, Dr. Phil, see, MCT oil, when you take it, is called a medium chain triglyceride, which is, so there's long chain triglycerides, medium chain, and short chain. And apple cider vinegar is short chain. Medium chain, which I think has to be over, somebody tell me in the chat, but I think it's over 7 or 8 links in the low molecule chain, carbon chain. Those penetrate the blood-brain barrier, and they go into the blood and go to your liver, and they become ketones. That fatty acid goes directly to the liver, and it also penetrates the blood-brain barrier. So it feeds your brain instantly with energy, and it also feeds your liver instantly with energy and breaks down to ketones without going through the lymphatic system and digestion. So that's cool. However, I thought that's why my body was craving it, was to help unplug sluggish lymphatic system. However, Dr. Phil said no, that or sorry, I thought it was doing that to bypass the sluggish lymphatic system. Dr. Phil said no, that a short chain does not work the same way as a medium chain. However, he does think that it can get through a sluggish lymphatic system quicker. And he thinks that that's why when you have a slow lymphatic system, there's something about the short chain fatty acid that must be able to break through a sluggish lymphatic system and get to your liver quicker, because I definitely got better digestion, more energy from it. So that was really interesting. So long story short, it's a fatty acid. It's basically fermented, and I feel really good on it. So I use it all the time with meats as a tenderizer and kind of just a little flavor boost and an emulsifier, because if you slow cook like chuck roast in the slow cooker, you'll notice that there's juice and then there's fat that floats on top of it. And that rendered fat, if you eat that, it's not really pleasant, and two, it'll send you to the pot and give you disaster pants, like you'll have some problems. But if you put vinegar in there, it binds those two together, which makes more of a gravy. So, and I love the taste of it. It's apple cider vinegar and beef are match made in heaven.
I put it in my chili all the time.
So delicious. What's a good smoker for a single senior female?
My team one.
I would get the smallest Traeger barrel smoker, or smallest like Pit Boss. I would get the smallest pellet smoker you can get, because those are the simplest. And you don't have to do Traeger. I like Traeger. I think they are expensive, but they're a good brand. They work well, and then they're really easy. You just add some smoker pellets into them, and then you basically set it and forget it, and you can walk away. The more you spend, the better that they work, and the more accessories they have, but all of them work very well. And for a single person, I would just get the smallest pellet smoker you can get. I think it'll be just fine for you on a small scale.
And for someone that doesn't like to cook like me, I just do a big roast on the weekend, and then that's meat for the whole week. So I cook once, and I love it. Just shave it up, then just warm it up in the air fryer, or I can dehydrate it in my dehydrator like jerky, make a bunch of jerky, and then it is very versatile. Just having that smoked meat just gives it a different flavor. It's beautiful.
For sure. Our sauce is homemade beef broth with a splash of heavy whipping cream, or you can use sour cream, no noodles, just cream sauce over meat. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, just the way I like it. You don't need the noodles.
No.
Awesome. So you could put more gelatin in there to thicken it up if you wanted a thicker gravy, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I haven't tried the gelatin part, but that's what Alyssa says, and it makes good sense. I believe that would work. Yeah.
I bought the beef gelatin, and that's what I use now.
Does it work pretty good?
Yeah.
I've got some, but I haven't really used it much.
That's what I used when I made my my gravy for my scrambled eggs. I made how you make when you biscuits and gravy, but no biscuits. I just made the gravy, and I used that with a little bit of cream.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was good.
I bought the gelatin for Bella's pancakes, which I've made twice. I've still got a whole lot of gelatin there.
That's awesome. I'll have to try that too. Things could be so much worse. You could be going to a vegan Christmas.
I'd be bringing my own plate for sure.
For sure. That could be way worse. If you guys want to try my tofu ribeye, it's just like the real thing. No, it's not. It's never just like the real thing. Also, if we're all supposed to eat carrots, why do they keep making their tofu taste like ribeye and bacon? Yeah. You never hear somebody like, try the bad part about the carnivore diet. It's so unpalatable. Try this. It tastes just like a cucumber. Yeah. Nobody ever does that to meat. Nobody tries to make their meat taste like cucumbers and tofu. It's hilarious. I got off in the weeds there. You can use egg. Yeah, here we go. You can use egg life wraps to cut them up for noodles. Courtney Luna does it. I know. And that is true. You can do that. But has anybody ever opened the package of egg life wraps?
I bought them one time. I couldn't stand them. I don't
No,
like
and they smell like just gross feet.
Yep.
Like the smell that comes out of that wrapper. I bought 3 packs of them. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. These egg life wraps. I opened up one bag of them, and it smelled like decaying toe fungus. And I just the smell was so bad. And then I tried one bite of it. I was like, "Phew!" And I threw them all away. They were disgusting.
No, we
Maybe
don't get them here, so I'm lucky.
not missing anything. Like, if you want to know what they're like, go find a homeless person that's been on the sidewalk for like 7 months and unbathed and lick his toes. And that's probably what it's going to taste like, I'd have to guess. That's what it smells like, anyways. It is gross. Pork rinds often in broth is nice instead of noodles. Huh. Pork rinds often in broth.
Soften in broth.
Softened in broth. My eyes are not working. Huh. I'm trying to think what that would taste like. That'd be
It reminds me of my grandfather, but he used to have a little short black espresso coffee. He was Italian, and he used to dunk his biscuits, and the biscuits would drop off and fall into his coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And that would just used to freak me out. It was like, you're drinking all these sloppy biscuit crumbs in the bottom of his coffee cup. It used to turn me off. That's what that reminds me of. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I think I like the crunch of pork rinds. I don't eat them often because they're really expensive to get clean ones here, but might be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Can
I don't
try
know.
it out.
I'll have to try it. It seems weird. It's because you know, it would, I don't know. It feels like it would go back to being kind of cartilagey, kind of like, you know? Because that's, I don't know. I'm going to have to try that out. That's interesting. I noticed that I'm not satisfied with seafood. It's too lean. For sure. What I did was I poached all the shrimp and the scallops in 8 ounces of butter. So it was literally just floating in butter. It was crazy. And that was great until I decided, you know, this is an N=1 type of thing. So I like to try and add things one at a time and see how they're going to affect me. So I got the bright idea of adding some garlic, you know, the jarred garlic to the butter. And I put 2 tablespoons in there, and both my knees swelled up. And I had sore knees for about 5 days. Still a little bit sore, to be honest with you, now, 5 or 6 days in. So
I think seafood would be great for priming because you need to get those 3 meals in a day, and within an hour you're hungry again. I find that it doesn't satiate me as much as beef. So when you're eating beef, it's like, oh, I'm full, I've had enough, I don't want to eat anymore. Whereas seafood, you eat it, and in an hour or 2 you're hungry again. So for priming, it might be a little tip to get that food and ramp up your metabolism. Add more seafood.
For sure. I think that's that. I definitely don't get as full on seafood.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I do. You know what's interesting too is my so meat by how it makes me feel, like the best meat. Beef is at
beef, yeah, right.
Yeah, beef is at the top, but the second meat, even over lamb, for some reason for me, it would go. So for how I feel, like energy, strength, brain energy wise, beef is at the top, and then it's salmon, raw salmon specifically, gives me the second best energy, and then it's lamb after that. So it's kind of crazy, but so yeah, I could see doing a bunch of salmon, especially raw salmon. If you could do a bunch of raw salmon, man, I think that would be really good for you.
I love salmon. Yeah.
All right. That dog, she wants another. She's trying to extort me. I get all the buffalo sticks today. The Carnivore woman has a wonderful recipe for carnivore noodles. I have made them, and they are delicious. Very easy to prepare. Eggs, small amount of cream cheese, pork rinds, and grated cheese. Wow, that sounds delicious, for sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if I made them. That'd be hard for me to moderate. So it kind of scares me when I look at these carnivore recipes. That's why I like to keep it simple.
For sure.
That's just me. I'm not a moderator. So.
That's how I take it every time too, Tim. I think he's always just making me number one for sure.
What's this about? Oh, yeah. With my
Yeah. I'm number one. Michael says it all the time.
you are.
Don't let them away with that, Lindy. I'm watching from Ireland. Carnivore has truly gone international.
That's awesome. That's really good. She's trying to shake down Mom out there for something different than meat sticks. I think she's bored with the meat sticks. She's shaking down Mom. Eating out is always a gamble. You never really sure how they prepare stuff. It can be a real problem for more sensitive carnivores. Yeah, for sure. And it's just not worth it because you pay so much. You don't really know what they're doing to your food. You don't really know where the food comes from. And then you walk away. I felt hungover today. I did. I felt like I hadn't felt like that in a long time. I've had a headache, just felt crappy, didn't sleep well, all from whatever, and I think it's just a margarine, but it could have been multiple things. Who knows? It could have been, there could have been lab grown something in that dang meat for all I know.
See, I consider you one of the lucky ones. I can eat anything and I don't have any side effects. I haven't had anything trigger anything before, which is deadly because I can easily spiral. But if I went out and had a reaction to something, then you'd know, okay, I can't have that. And it sort of deters you. I've got an iron gut. I seem to be able to eat anything and everything and not have any bad side effects, which is, it's a problem.
I definitely do not. Definitely do not.
I know lettuce flared you up, didn't it? It was like, it's just water.
I know. But apparently it was water and water with a Monsanto's coating. So
please videotape the line dancing. I did line dancing video this morning as part of a challenge with Lindy. Great job.
That's awesome. I'm definitely, that'll never happen. But if it did happen, I would definitely never like it filmed. Oh, that's funny. I joined SBG about 2 weeks ago. I made it into the chew today, but didn't even know how to raise my hand. Oh,
that's you should have commented. I bet it was popping up little messages, but maybe you missed that. But you can just take your microphone off mute and just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and it depends on what kind of device you're on too. But sometimes if you're on a phone or a tablet, you have to swipe left to get to the other options or double tap the screen. But usually it's a swipe left, tap the screen once, and then the toolbar will come up at the bottom, and then it's under reactions. You hit reactions, and then you raise your hand, and that pops you up to the top of the screen. It's much easier on a desktop if you have one, but that's how you do it on the mobile devices, and it is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But we implement that so that we can keep people from talking over each other because it can get, right now it's kind of in a lull before the holidays because everybody's kind of busy, but when there gets a bunch of people and they're 40, 50 people, we have to have a kind of decorum so that people don't talk over each other, else it gets really hard to navigate for sure.
But if you can click on me, I think you've got the option to private message. So just tell me you're having struggles and I can walk you through it.
Wow.
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah, for sure. Carrie Mann's in the house. Hey, Carrie, thanks so much for stopping in. Carrie says, Merry Christmas. Love you guys. Question, kangaroo for Christmas dinner. What do you think?
No.
Yeah.
We're having the prime rib again and doing it in the smoker. So, feel free to bring the family. We have an open house policy here for Christmas, so anyone's welcome to drop in.
That's awesome. Well, next year I'll make it. This year I'm gonna have trouble. Once I get the rest of this weight off, so I can fly coach. I'm there. Barking squirrel. Whoops! Accidentally sent off unfinished message. Texas Roadhouse. If you go their order of burgers. The burgers are half pounds each. You can get an extra patty for $5.99. Oh, that's awesome. That's way awesome.
As long as they're not cooked in margarine.
Yeah. Tell them don't put the poison on the burger. What did this piece of meat ever do to you to deserve that fate? You're gonna order more than okay, that was the okay, there we go. Okay, somehow that happened.
Yeah, and use real butter, no margarine. Substitute broccoli for the French fries and pick the lettuce. I always order bread rolls because then I can feed the geese around the corner. So, yeah. And the family, I pass the veggies over to them. They eat the veggies.
That's awesome. I've been on carnivore for almost 4 weeks, so sick to my stomach. I have to force myself to eat. Then I have to lay down to keep it down. I did have stomach problems before I started. Went from bad, I'm guessing, to worse, is what she's going to say. Let's see if there's any more. Let's see. There we go. I do change foods a lot. I even wake up sick sometimes. I get it gets better as the day goes on. Sometimes it doesn't. Wow, I am sorry to hear that, but that is kind of a common problem. One of the reasons that people turn to carnivore is because we have the standard American diet really has not helped our gut microbiome, and we really have caused some problems, and especially with other medications that can cause, I don't know. There seems to be an outbreak of that gastroparesis stuff too, and digestive problems and GERD, and a lot of people are having those issues, and those are difficult ones to get over, but they do heal. We see that healing all the time. Raymond had issues with some of that. I know Sherry Pickler in SBG has that real bad, and she's finally healing up really good over it. But I think it takes some time, and it's. I have a few suggestions, but I don't even know, just things that help my digestion, but I don't think we're in the same boat. But the amino acid therapy really helped my digestion, and apple cider vinegar actually really helped my digestion. So that's the things that I have. But I know that Raymond in SBG's coach, he has a lot more tips and tricks on how to get over that because he was having digestion issues as well.
Yeah, and I'd just stick with having a lot more smaller meals throughout the day. So don't sit there and try and eat a great big meal all at once. 3 meals divided into 6, 8 meals, and just graze throughout the day, which is how I get around it. I get a lot of issues, but more so because of my lap band. But I do have a lot of people find that they do better on a lot of smaller meals. So,
For sure.
yeah. Even if it's 5 bites an hour, just concentrate on eating those slowly and just getting the nourishment in you, and hopefully it'll help.
For sure. Try different foods, ? I had very poor tolerance to all meat and fats at first. Rotation was key for a while. Fats and meats had to change fairly regularly for quite some time. I still have poor tolerance for pork, lard, but otherwise I'm fine. For eggs, it's homegrown or the pricey eggs at the store. All others make me sick. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I can't have pork or chicken. I find I feel really sick. Even bacon makes me feel unwell. At nighttime, sometimes like I'm hungry, but I have a colada with my eggs. It's an egg drink, and I just maybe use 3 or 4 egg yolks. I add a bit of butter, a bit of lard, top it up with water, and I blitz it in my NutriBullet. Usually hot water, and then I drink it warm, or in summer I drink it cold, which is really nice as well. And that just fills you up beautifully, and it's not heavy, and I sleep like a baby after I drink that because it's very fatty. So sort of I think it lowers your cortisol. It's not heavy on the tummy. So that might be another cool tip for before bed instead of having heavy meat.
100%. That's awesome. I was stuck in my journey to health when I came to SBG. Priming changed my life from a walker to walking. That's awesome, Tim. Tim's
from
story
good,
is incredible.
from good to naughty too, I believe.
He did. See what happens when he gets so healthy and his brain starts working? He uses it for evil. Tim's awesome. Bexy, with your encouragement, I have joined SBG this month. Where to start? The Start tab, also designed by Dr. Phil. He did a really good job on the Start Here tab, so definitely go there. Well, maybe that's not what he's saying. Is it just find a Zoom and join with time differences? I'm probably asleep or at work, so hoping there are lots of replays. There are tons of replays. So the open chats aren't replays, but all the calls and all the doctor's calls are replays, which you can go see anytime. Also, in the events page up, if you go under the hamburger or the drop-down menu, it'll tell you all the events, and you can see what time they are because it'll be in your time zone when you're looking at them. So it'll tell you what time it is for you. And then you can see if any of those are scheduled. They're mostly all live Zoom calls, but some of them get recorded for playbacks. And so you can hop in there. There's, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday. There's open chat lives for 2 to 3 hours at a time. We have Iron Sharpens Iron on Saturday. We have an NSV, which stands for Non-Scale Victory, on Saturday.
And tomorrow is priming and fasting.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have the priming and fasting, and then the doctor's calls are just kind of sporadic, usually on a Wednesday or a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
And we have sugar and carb addiction meetings, which are either, I think next month we've got 3 or 4 of them. And we've got a women's open chat and a men's open chat. So exclusively for women, exclusively for men to talk about personal issues. And they're not recorded. Yeah, they're just
Dr.
purely.
Chafee will be there on Friday.
Dr. Chafee on Friday. So yeah, come check it out and join up and come and hang out with us in the Chew or any of the calls. So the calls are a little bit different. You have to submit your questions in writing, and then the doctors or the coaches will answer them first. If there's time after that, we'll take raised hands. But the Chew is all raised hands. Everybody just gets to talk amongst each other, and usually me and Lindy and Alyssa are there. Sometimes Phyllis, sometimes Dr. Phil. So you can just hop in there and chat it up with us. So,
and Tim's normally there being naughty too.
Yeah, Tim's always there.
Let's stir up some trouble.
Yeah. Perhaps too much fat at the same time. Do you measure out the fat allocation per day? I had to as I was vegan prior. Next to no tolerance for fat. I was pretty sick for a bit. I also ate pickles then too. Nice. Yeah, that can help to, we talk about this all the time because the goal is to not have to measure or count anything, but for a time being to get your baseline, it can help because we've ruined our signaling, which is what usually tells us what to do, is our body's, hormone signaling to give us cues of what we should eat, but we kind of screwed that up. So until that heals, we kind of got to find our bearings in another way.
Yeah.
I had a problem with meat aversion at the beginning, so I always be kind to make sure the fat you eat is cold. Yeah, for sure. It helps. It helps no issues now. Yeah, the cold fat definitely makes a huge difference. That's the difference between disaster pants and a good day and energy, Do you hear Cosette? Can you guys hear?
Yeah. Poor thing. She's so hungry, Todd. Give her another meat stick.
She's gained 16 pounds over this nonsense. She's
priming.
She is priming. She's been priming the last 8 years.
Raymond will be proud of her.
He's so proud. She wakes up. She comes in and shakes me down in the middle of the night. She does. She comes in here at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I feel her scratching my bed, going, "Hey, you got any meat sticks in there?"
But she's 19 years old. What other dog gets to 19 years old? Like, that's awesome. So awesome. She's full of beans, that one.
She is,
So,
and that's
yeah, good job.
why I give
She's
her
happy.
whatever. If she is, she's happy, and she goes and shakes me down. Then she goes and shakes Mom's down. Then what's really funny is she will throw a fit. This is nothing compared to what she does. If you hear her throwing a fit at night, guaranteed the cat's in her dog bed, and she's mad. And so she's gonna bring down the house, and she's gonna wake everybody up until somebody comes and gets that dang cat out of her bed so she can lay down on her dog bed. Yeah, when Mom's cat lays on her bed, she just goes ballistic. So that might be that the cat's in her bed right now. Did I screw something up there, Michael?
No, you're good. What happened?
Oh, I thought I clicked on something that wasn't there. As a former vegan, hold on, I'm going to pause and yell at the dog if you want to read that one, Lindy.
As a former vegan, I constantly recheck my fat tolerance. I'm more interested in lip reading right now. Even at 18 months carnivore, I occasionally find I can have more again. Many of the docs say I should eat way more fat than I do, but mine?
It looks like he's having a conversation with her. She's talking
No.
back.
Are you recording this, Michael? I think this would make a nice little meme.
Yeah, I'll grab this after.
Oh, is that a...
Oh,
mid stick.
You can see who wears the pants in that house.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. I had it muted. That dog, I swear, she's such a pain in the butt. Did we read the comment?
Yeah. I think there's a part 2.
Yeah.
I did lose the argument. I always lose the argument. You know what's funny? You know what's hilarious? I will yell at that dog to go lay down or move or do something, and she plays deaf, right? Like she can't hear me. And she's so convincing. I thought she had an ear problem until Mom will go open one of her little cheddar cheeses. As soon as that wrapper makes the slightest wrinkle, she'll come out of a dead sleep and run over to Mom's chair to get a piece of cheddar cheese. So she's just selective. She just she's 19. She pretends like she's deaf when she doesn't want to listen to me. But boy, she has selective hearing like I've never seen before. She's such a turd. Definitely I lost that battle though. Okay, we
can tell. Yeah.
That dog.
When you start throwing your meat sticks, we know you lost, Todd.
I did. And you know what's funny? She likes the buffalo ones. Like I give her the beef ones and the lamb ones, and she wants the buffalo ones and the elk. She likes buffalo, elk, and rabbit. Those are her favorite. Crazy. Thanks for that awesome explanation, Todd. I appreciate it. No worries. I forget which one it was now. I've been pontificating. But awesome. Question, Todd, do you still do amino acids? If so, what has been the benefits of taking them? To be honest with you, the benefits have dropped off. I don't feel a difference now, but I definitely did for the first 6 months. And the biggest benefit was I mobilized fluid. I wasn't dumping a lot of fluid without taking fluid pills back then. And then when I started doing it, it started healing, and I started moving a lot more fluid, which was really good because I have a lymphatic issue, and also my digestion picked up a ton. Like it was taking me like 7-8 hours sometimes to digest meat. You know, like if I'd eat 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds of meat in a meal, but usually like 1.5 pounds, it would take like 7-8 hours to digest it. Then I started doing the priming and the amino acid therapy, and I started digesting like 3 pounds of meat in 3.5 hours. And so it just turned my gut. It just healed my gut, is what it did for me. And there's a lot of other healing that went on there, and I couldn't tell you how much of that was just priming in general versus the amino acids, but I really do think that the amino acids helped with the digestion and moving the lymphatic fluid, because Lindy started moving more fluid at the same time as well. And I think Michael did too, right?
When I was taking them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I mentioned it to you and Raymond, and you're like, "Oh yeah, we did too." And then it was like, "Okay, well, obviously this is a thing." But I can go all day and not go to the toilet. And then at night, I'll make up 3 or 4 times through the night and pee all night. But when I'm on the aminos, I go throughout the day, and then I can sleep all night. I don't have to get up at all. So it's just kind of changed my body clock a little bit, which was really nice.
For sure. 100%, Damon. She's got me trained for sure. But what do you do when they're 19? It's like, all right, you win. You won life already. You're like 130 in dog years. You have the meat sticks. But 100%, she's got me trained perfectly.
Yeah. You come back as Todd's dog for sure. She gets spoilt rotten. Or the basset hand across the road because he gets spoilt too.
Both of them. Both of them do. I know, it's ridiculous. That's funny. You're not wrong. That dog's got it made. I'm like, do you know that other dogs eat dry dog food?
If they're lucky, yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't. She's crazy. She'll get mad. Like, I'll feed her like raw chuck roast, and she'll decide she's just not eating it today because she wants some of my smoked meat.
Right.
You know, so she'll come over and bug me. She's like, she'll have a pound of raw diced up chuck roast down there. She won't eat it. She's like, no, I think I want some of the smoked picanha today. And she'll just drive me crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. We did that one.
Yep. I was burning some branches still there from stacking hurricane debris here in Florida and just fell out over the Fabio mattresses. That's the story. Yeah.
I hate you so much, Michael.
You brought it up and it gave me an idea. So I had to do it real quick.
There's your cheeky smile. It was obviously up to no good there. Did you get a screeny of that, Tim?
I hate you so much. Fabio mattress story. It's true. It was hilarious, but don't try to be suave when you're 337 pounds because things go bad. Now that one's funny. I'm a huge Nirvana fan, so
then it's carnivore version.
It's the carnivore version. It's the carnivore. Did you Photoshop the weenie out of it?
Yes, I did.
I was gonna say you
had to keep it PG.
You had to keep it PG. That's funny because that one's famous for the.
Yeah, I know.
That's funny.
I do like the curls though.
That's awesome. I tell my vegan friends I eat 100% vegan diet for processed food.
That's how you do it. Yep.
It's just grass and it's processed through cow 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's awesome. Those of us who come into carnivore with a history of ultra low fat have digestive problems and sludge in the gallbladder. That makes sense.
Well, I had mine removed, 20 something years ago. So I lost my gallbladder a long time ago.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Hey, all, I have to watch replay with my grandson. No worries, B-Dog. I appreciate you so much. Charlie in Maryland. Todd, which flavor egg life wraps did you try? Our experience was different. I just got the plain one, and then I bought one in all 3 flavors, but once I smelled the plain one, I threw them all away without opening the other 2 because it really
turned you off.
Yeah, I did. I was like, "Whoa, that stuff is not made for human consumption." But maybe I got a bad one. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try it again. Your liver will be doing all the work then. It's possible, but it takes care of you, of your part of it will take care on your part to avoid oversaturation. Okay. While I figure out the changes in your diet, use tools like apple cider vinegar or pickle juice. Okay, so maybe that's why I was craving apple cider vinegar when it was first healing. That makes sense. My brain is not working today.
Yeah, I think it's for the digestive issues as well.
That makes good sense.
When you eat a higher fat meal for a while, some Tabasco sauce,
Yeah.
or only pepper and vinegar. If you are pepper tolerant, that's an option. Good luck.
For
Well,
sure.
I use a bit of Frank's hot sauce and Tabasco sauce because of these guys, and I love it. It's just something a little bit different, and the vinegar is really nice. Yeah, just to change things up occasionally, I just put a bit on my steak. Or I mix it in with my tallow and then make it like a man.
Yeah.
And then scoop my little steak bits in there. And it helps
Super.
it go down a lot easier.
For sure.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Yeah,
It's good. That's a good way to get some more fat in too.
exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
I bought egg life wraps and put them in the freezer. Now that is where they will stay until they go in the trash after the lipo description.
Well, you may like them. Charlie and Marilyn's had a good pack, so it might have just been an off pack, like he said, maybe.
My bad. Sorry. Now everybody that goes to eat life wraps are going to be like, this does kind of smell like toe fungus.
It does. I wasn't crazy about it, man.
No. It's gross, dude. It's gross. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it for all the egg life wrap fans. That's funny. I called ahead last night for a Christmas dinner, and the steak they made was subpar. For sure, disappointed, but at least no side effects. That is good. That's a win in itself to not have side effects. Hi, Todd, Lindy, and Santa.
Hello.
Yeah, Santa. He's more like Santa's. What do you call that? What was the Spider-Man when they had like the parallel universes and they had like Black Evil Spider-Man?
Oh.
Yeah, after those pictures of Fabio, I'm pretty sure he's
Don't poke
giving me. Oh, I'm poking. I will come down there and I will poke you for sure. Same here, Lindy. Not trying any of these carnivore versions. Prefer to keep it super simple.
I detest cooking.
Yeah, I detest cooking.
Yeah. This is like for carnivore noodles and things like that. For me, I can't moderate those things. It's best just to stay away. So again, it's the same. Keep it simple.
For sure. I always ask if the food is prepared with seed oils because I'm allergic. That's how I learned that Texas Roadhouse uses seed oils on the searing grill, but not to finish. Okay, so maybe that's what happened. Maybe the Texas Roadhouse is. Maybe that's what made me sick, was seed oils on the searing grill. Maybe that's what it was. Huh.
Yeah. See, I think they just tell you what you want to hear and just explain it.
Yeah. I was thinking that movie Road Trip when the guy sent his French toast back. You guys remember that?
Right.
The guy sent his French toast back, and I mean, they're at like a truck stop. The guy sent his French toast back because something was wrong with it. He said, whatever. Oh, they put powdered sugar on it or something. He goes, oh, my bad. We'll fix that right away. Brand new. Yeah. And so the guy goes in the back and he licks all the powdered sugar off the French toast. And then he throws it up in the air and he catches it in his underwear.
Oh, no.
All the French toast. And then he comes out with the French toast in his underwear. He comes out and he goes, we're making you a new batch of French toast right now. They'll be out here just a few minutes. So sorry for that. He goes and walks back there, pulls the French toast out of his pants, puts them back on the plate, walks him out there and serves them. That always sticks in my mind when
this is why I don't like to complain, because I'm scared.
Never complain at a restaurant because you have no idea what they're doing to it in the back room.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And I can tell you stories from a cook that I know of the stuff that they've done to the food. So don't Don't do it.
Yeah, do not complain.
Never.
Yeah,
Eat it and say, this is the best I ever had.
exactly. This stuff's great. Here's a good tip. Please don't put my steak in your pants.
Oh dear.
If we were to win the lotto, I'd open a chain of clean carnivore restaurants. I would call it Clean Carnivore. That's awesome. I did have a delusion of grandeur one time that I thought would be cool. This was back when I was more keto, though. But I still think it'd be cool, especially because I think it would serve a lot of people. You could do a ketogenic restaurant, so ketovore, carnivore. But you could make everything clean, and you could sell it by, you could segregate everything so it's just one ingredient items and season free and all that stuff. But then I thought you could call it Keto Max because what I was thinking is you could order by the macro. So you could say, I want, 80 grams of protein of this meat, or I want so much fat of this oil, so many grams of fat in this tallow or this oil. And you could order by the gram. And then I thought at the end it could have a barcode on the receipt that you could scan in your MyFitnessPal app that would load all the macros for you so that you know what you had. So they would weigh it out, show you in grams, break it down in fat, protein, carbohydrates, whatever, and put it on there. And then you could scan a barcode or like a QR code, and it would load your meal into the app. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But
that's why keto didn't work for me, because those numbers would just stress me out. I don't know how much fat I need, how much protein. It'll make my mind go boggle, and then I couldn't order anything because I
right. But then for you just order in ounces. I want.
Just give me the menu with the prices, and I don't want the numbers.
Right.
Just give me the menu. That's it. Keep it
we'll have to give you one of those. Say I
need the kids menu where I don't have the numbers. And I want some coloring pencils too, so I can, that's my kind of menu. Yeah.
I mentioned I was allergic, and the guy asked if I was apathetic,
anaphylactic. Mm-hmm. And I said no, but I get violently ill. I was annoyed that he asked, felt like saying yes. It's none of his business.
It isn't. You should tell him. They'll probably kick you out though if you say that. Whoa. We don't have anything that's not poisonous here. Leave.
I think you would have just had a little anaphylactic fit just to stir him up and say, "What did you do?"
Yeah, start foaming at the mouth.
The story. Yeah.
I'm going to own this place.
You might get a free steak that way.
Well, a free poisonous steak. Like, why would you want another one?
Hi, Nicholas. I have to get an outdoor cooker. Would a smoker be better than a barbecue for carnivore in your experience? Well, I have both. We've got a barbecue and a smoker, and my husband cremates everything on the barbecue because he can't cook. And the smoker, you give him a number, he sticks a thermometer thingy in, and he pulls it out when it reaches that temperature, and we have perfectly cooked meat. So for us, smoker for sure. We can both use it. The barbecue, it's a no-go zone for both of us.
Yeah, I use the smoker way more than any other cooking equipment. The smoker and the air fryer are the two most commonly used pieces of equipment I use now. I don't use the barbecue anymore. I don't need it. I don't really have much of a use for it. You could use it to sear on, though. I probably am going to get a flat iron grill because I really want a flat iron grill for bacon and stuff and bigger pieces of meat like that to sear on. But so I could see having that for the simplicity of it. But for the first thing, by far, my smoker gets used, 10 times more than anything else. So I would definitely say the smoker.
How did you guys start Carnivore? I've been wanting to, but I think I'm overthinking it. Should I be prepared to switch to Carnivore or just wake up one morning and start?
First of all, I love the handle. That's hilarious. I love that movie. Start now. That's what I would say. But you do need to you need to make, in my opinion, you need to make the path of least resistance to carnivore food, and not DoorDash or Google or what is it, Uber Eats and all that stuff. Whatever you order, wherever you go, like you have to have something at all times that's easier. You can't have a barrier to entry like dirty dishes or not having the food there, or the food that you have there is frozen. Like for the first like 2 months, you got to have something that's ready to cook that you could be eating in like 10 or 15 minutes, because you're going to go through some serious carb withdrawals, and you need to be able to eat carnivore food, and it has to be easy, simple, and like a protocol, like a emergency protocol that you're going to drop back to anytime things are going off the rails, because you're going to need that until you break free. So that does take a little bit of preparation, which means if you can get the bad food out of your house, if you can't get the bad food out of your house, get the bad food out of the area that you're going to be cooking. Make you, get you an air fryer, a skillet, something that's yours, and a cabinet that's just yours, and a spot of the fridge that's just yours, and that you just use that part for your carnivore food. And mine was bacon and eggs, because you can cook bacon and eggs in like 10 minutes, and it doesn't take much. You just need a skillet and a fork or a spatula. You can cook both of those things, because you need that when things are going off the rails to get the hunger cravings and all the noise to go away. You got to eat that, and then things will calm down, and then you can live to fight another craving, a little bit later. So that's just a protocol to get you through the cravings. But start now, like I had so many times where I'd be like, well, I should wait through the holidays first. Yeah. And then I get through the holidays. Well, before I start, so-and-so's birthday's coming up, and such a business party event or whatever dinner. There will never be a time. Food is so ingrained in social lives in our country. There will never be a perfect time to start. So the perfect time is now. Yep. Plain and simple.
Yeah, and I think you have to work out what type of person you are. For me, I had to jump in 2 feet first, remove everything from my diet and just do strict carnivore. Other people like to transition and maybe remove the fruit and veg, and then remove the grains, and do it in different stages. And I think Bella from Steak and Butter Girl, she has a video about doing it in a progressive way. And that sort of helps with keto flu and things like that. So work out what kind of person you are. For me, 2 feet in, and I just had to do it really hard to start and try and get rid of that sugar cravings, as Todd mentioned. Just keep eating the meat until I got that off switch, and just introducing a few little carbs here and there, some fruit or veg, would not allow me to get that off switch. So that's why I had to do 2 feet first. But yeah, and community. We keep talking about it, but it's what helps me stay on track and keeps me motivated and learn. I learn so much. Even 3 years of carnivore, I still learn something every day by just from the members and from what people talk about. So community makes a big difference to learn and just to keep you on track. So yeah, Michael?
No, I agree. The sooner you start, the sooner you're going to start seeing the changes and how much it's going to help you. So I agree. Just jump in and do it. It needs to be done.
Mm. And World Carnivore's in January, so it's a great place to start. And we've got Dr. Baker joining us. He's got, all sorts of surprises in store. We're still to learn what they all are. I think we find out tomorrow, but I know there's meal plans involved and special meetings with Dr. Baker and Bella. So lots to look forward to in January. So
100%. Yeah, and say hi, if you hop in there, say hi to us too. We love to meet people that came, that come into the chew or anything for our SBG from this live stream. We love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, see ya, Miss B.
See ya. Thanks for coming in.
Tap the like button. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks so much, Tim. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to pull something up here.
I like Lindy's colada. I have it most days, although I call it my egg latte. Yeah, no, that's a nice name too. Eggy latte. So do you add anything to it? I know I got the recipe off Mean Marriage, Annalisa, and she sometimes put a bit of like a sweetener in it, just or cinnamon, just for a bit of taste, which might make a nice eggnog type drink if you add the cinnamon. But I like to keep it clean because I find that makes me crave. Yeah, I won't be able to stop at one, so I keep it simple.
I make mine with bone broth in it.
Oh, yeah. And do you remember when we
Tabasco.
did the live stream, somebody used bacon grease in theirs instead of the lard? And she said, I haven't tried it yet, but she said it was really, really good with the bacon grease. Hmm.
All right. Sorry, I'm pulling something up. Okay. Go back to that.
My dogs love Carnivore. One got fatter and the other got skinny. Even dogs are different like us. Wow.
That's for sure. Kozak got lost weight at first because of inflammation got off, but then she's like, I love this. And then she put on 15 pounds because now she's more like a running around little piggy. She's so big now. She just eats so much stuff, and which is fine. But she eats, she naps, then she gets up. She's like, more meat sticks. I need some ribeye.
Well, she's definitely like the lion because she's eating and then has a nap. She's 19 years old as well, so she's probably not as active as she was as a puppy. So like sleep and eat.
Yeah,
but she's happy.
She is happy, and what really got her was her hips. They're a lot better on Carnivore, but she's still, she was so athletic when she was young. She just always jumped, like she just jumped, like our loading dock was 5 feet outside, and she would jump from the ground to that loading dock and then off the loading dock. We had a 6.5 foot fence in the backyard. She would clear that thing like it was nothing. Like, could not keep her in the backyard. 6 feet was nothing. Like, it had to get to like 10 feet before it started getting hard. Even like 8-foot fences, she'd get, one jump, get a foot in it, push off, and she'd hop over and land 8 foot off the ground. She's crazy. But that took a toll on her hips, all that running, because she was just so athletic when she was young. So now her hips took a beating. And so she
needs another meat stick too.
She's back there like, one more. I can fit another one in before I go into my meat coma. That's exactly what she's thinking. For sure. Tim, I was going to put this one up. Tim says, I'm trying to teach my body English. I was going to say, this is what I always envisioned my inner signaling voice was when I was on the standard American diet. I don't know if anybody knows the Chappelle Show, but that was always the face that I would imagine when my body, when everybody's telling me, you just got to listen to your body. I'm like, my body's a crackhead and it wants pizza and diet soda right now, and ice cream. Like, I can't listen to that guy. But that's funny. So I feel you, Tim. I want your body to speak English to you.
Am I the only one who's putting my own words into Todd's mouth when he was going off on with Muted? He was telling quite a story in my mind. Oh, when you were telling Cosette off. You could see the mouth.
Well, it's because I tell her no, and then she barks, and she looks at me. And she gets all puffed up. She plays this game. She thinks when I'm yelling at her, we're playing. So I tell her, go. And then she barks and then stands up. And I'm like, you got to go. And then she stomps her little feet like, no, I want my meat stick. And so I was bartering with her. And finally I threw her a meat stick. But she'll run me out of meat sticks. I need some of these for tomorrow. I got more calls tomorrow. She runs me out of meat sticks. The extortion rate is getting high. I told her she's going to have to get a job. She keeps doing this.
Yeah, gallbladder gone 30 years ago. Yeah, my daughter had hers out, was it just after Texas, so August. And I'm like, well, you can watch Dr. Berry's video and learn how to do it naturally. She chose to go under the knife. So I was a little bit disappointed by that. But anyway, it was her choice. So she's now experiencing similar issues with fats and things. But yeah. I'm not sure if you know the answer. How does not having a gallbladder affect a person's way of eating on carnivore. Well, it took me 6 months to to become fat adapted. I was disaster pants for pretty much the first 6 months of my carnivore journey. I'm okay now, but occasionally if sometimes I eat something and I'm back on the toilet. So it's just, yeah, it's just a little bit dodgy. I have to be careful with what I'm eating. Yeah. So I just avoid some foods if I go out. I just avoid anything fatty just in case. And eat anything fatty when I'm at home close to the toilet. So it's always in the back of my mind. And coffee, I find if I have coffee, I'm on the toilet straight away. So I don't drink coffee a lot, but if I do go out, I have to be careful if I am out. Yeah.
For sure.
I've never tried toenail fungus, not planning to either. That's a big no. Well, pop those egg life wraps in the bin for sure. It doesn't sound appetizing, does it? Only Todd puts it that way. So
I calls them how I sees them.
I just had half a cup of Frank's red hot sauce and butter with my chicken drumsticks for dinner. Ooh, hot sauce and butter. That's a new one.
Well,
yeah.
No, that's actually exactly what buffalo wing sauce is Frank's red hot sauce and butter.
New for me. I'd just do the tallow, but I never thought to put it with butter. Wow.
For sure. Yeah, in the United States, buffalo wing sauce, that's like the traditional buffalo wing sauce. But yeah, definitely give that a try. That's super tasty.
I lost my taste for chicken. I wonder if anyone else has. I'm just turned off by it for some reason. Yeah, I don't do chicken.
I don't eat it.
My husband loves it.
Doesn't do nothing for me.
Gives Cosette seizures, so I stopped eating it. It makes me feel sick, and Cosette gets seizures.
Yeah. I was loving chicken with a crispy skin, but it made me nauseous. Have to be careful with the amount of fat and chicken especially. Yeah. There's quite a lot of people that struggle with chicken and pork as well. So if you don't feel good on it, just avoid it.
For sure.
If you don't have any issues, and enjoy.
Yeah. Almost makes you feel nauseous to eat poultry. The only thing Texas about Texas Roadhouse is the name Texas Roadhouse was founded on February 17, 1993 in Green Tree Mall in Clarksville, Indiana, across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. That's interesting. Well, I would have definitely thought that Texas, because I was thinking that was from Texas. I was thinking, well, these aren't Texas-sized steaks. These aren't even Montana-sized steaks. These things are sissy steaks. So that makes more sense. You guys should sue for your good name back. They're not giving you a good name at all.
Yeah. Oh, well. I've been over 2 years, lost my taste for anything but beef and some types of fish. Not a bad place to be. This means you've no cravings, so good job.
That's awesome.
And I bet you're feeling amazing too.
Oh, I bet. This
diet is an answer of prayers. I'm sure I'm not running it on his birthday. I'm not ruining it on his birthday. Yeah.
I agree. That's a good way to look at it for sure. No. Stay the course.
Ox bile can help digest fat. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Fair. Yeah,
my mom doesn't have her gallbladder either, and she uses bile salts and ox bile.
Is lipase the other thing that they talk about?
That is lipase, and isn't that is it a branched chain amino acid?
I'm not sure. I just rather let my body deal with it in its own time. I don't want to be adding things, but if you're desperate, luckily I work from home, so it's not like I'm out in an office or something. So I'm close to the toilet, but if you're out and about, it could be a lifesaver for you.
I think it's a branched chain amino acid, but I'm not sure.
For anyone who's feeling lethargic and depressed, boron with B2 has been a total game changer for me. Okay.
That's awesome.
I haven't heard of that.
I haven't either, but that's awesome.
Mm.
I have to look into that. Boron.
I just cooked up a tri-tip for dinner. That is my favourite of all. Good for a couple of days. Can't wait to try smoked. Have done sous vide, which was great, but quite bother. It does seem like a lot of work to sous vide. That's why I haven't invested in one. Yeah.
You know, I think it's just like anything. I think sous vide's all in the prep work, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything's kind of a lot of work if I don't prep. But if I just say, hey, I'm taking 3 hours on a Sunday to prep my meat, you know, and just have it prepared the way I want it, then the rest of the week goes really awesome. You know?
And I guess cooking it in the little bags doesn't really appeal to me, the little plastic bags.
Yeah, for sure. I bet if you tasted one, you'd change your mind.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
When you come to the 4th of July, you're going to try this. Try sous vide. You're going to try reverse seared. You're going to try the smoked ones. None of them will be from frozen, though, for anybody except for Tim when he comes. Tim, I'm going to put a popsicle stick in every one of his steaks and freeze it. It's done just like that.
I sometimes add my husband's sugar-free coffee sweetener to my egg latte, but not always. I always also add gelatin since I'm trying to add more protein. I've been thinking of adding gelatin and then putting it in an ice cream maker and seeing if I can make an ice cream out of it. And I still have my ice cream maker sitting on the box, in a box in my kitchen. I haven't opened it yet, and I've had it for like 2 months. But I know, I'm terrible. That's how, I'm not a very good cook anymore. I don't like to spend time in the kitchen, but I will try that one day. Local sale rib roast, $4.97 a pound with $25 purchase, untrimmed tri-tip round. Okay. My freezer's stuffed with beef now. Awesome. So you're good for the holidays.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would have bought all the rib roast at $4.97 a pound. I don't know if they put a cap on that, but I would buy all of it for certain. I feel like I'm backing the truck up. Don't stop until you're out of rib roast for sure. That's an awesome price, man. I've never seen a price that low on rib roast. Wow, that's incredible.
Hi guys from Albany, Georgia. Carnivore since July 23. I watched Lindy Kerry Adams skeptically eating kangaroo. Hilarious. Yeah, that was a bit of an adventure. Never again. I've tried it now. I've said I did not like. But thank you. Thanks for joining us. My husband and I are having a meat and cheese tray on Christmas Day, some olives and fermented pickled cherry peppers. Got 5 different imported fancy fermented cheeses.
That's awesome. Yum. Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I do like my cheese. I'm going to spoil myself with some cheese this Christmas. That's my treat. I don't normally have it.
Dr. Phil said something that spiked my curiosity. He said that, he went to like 5 Christmas parties. He made charcuterie boards, and he said at all 5 that he had made a cheese log, and that's what got eaten the most of. And that got me thinking of what a guy like me might play around with if I wanted to get a little inflamed with some dairy. I might make a smoked Gouda cheese log. That would be good. Smoked the Gouda on the Traeger, and then make a cheese log mixture, and you could put all sorts of stuff in it, pickled jalapenos, whatever, but smoke it. I was thinking that might be really good, actually.
Would it melt though? Like, I don't know.
You do it on cold smoke, so you get it really cold.
Okay.
It'll get soft, but it won't get terribly melty, and then it'll get that smoke flavor in it, and then that'd be good. So, but I was thinking about what if I took like bacon, pickled jalapenos, some prepared horseradish, some Gouda, and then smoked it.
Mm.
To me, that sounds amazing. But sounds
For
like
Christmas only, not an everyday thing.
yeah, no, it couldn't be. It couldn't be more than a once a year thing because
Yeah.
I would gain a bunch of fluid. But
Right.
that sounds tasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty tasty. Maybe like maybe roll it out and make a pinwheel out of it with with prosciutto. You know?
Oh, I love prosciutto. Yeah.
So tasty. I don't know how, but prosciutto tastes more like bacon than bacon tastes like bacon.
Bacon, yeah.
Yeah, I love prosciutto for that. So tasty.
It was husband's idea, and he's not carnivore. He's the best. I think putting the sweetener in the colada? Was it that one?
That's awesome. Yeah. Yep.
I don't have
Oh,
a
no,
gallbladder.
it was the cheese. It was the cheese platters.
Oh, the cheese platter. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a gallbladder, and it doesn't seem to be an issue, but occasionally if I eat like too much, my stomach gurgles a lot. Yeah. It's only like at the start of the journey, it could be an issue for most, but eventually your body kind of adapts. So Frank's buffalo sauce contains vegetable oil, the regular does not.
Correct. Yeah, I never get any. I only get Frank's original, and then I make my own buffalo sauce with butter if I want it.
Yeah, no, mine's a clean one. I always check the labels.
Sure.
Canberry says it doesn't matter if you don't have a gallbladder. I guess it depends on the person too, though.
It depends on how susceptible to disaster pants you are.
Yeah. And if you can push through it, you eventually get over that hurdle. So it's just, you've got to be patient, and hopefully it doesn't affect your lifestyle. If you're out and about too much, it's going to take longer. But
for sure.
Who here remembers the story of the barnacle goose? No idea.
I don't know what that is. Want to look it up? I think Michael's already on it. I hear his fingers are clicking.
Oh, I'm not seeing a story on it. Let me see.
I was wondering if it was the goose that I accidentally broke the neck of.
Oh, Adam has a story about a goose, but I'll leave that. Maybe he can talk about that on the stream. I think it's on, is it Friday or your Thursday, my Friday? There's a Willing Humanity live stream.
For sure.
I have to ask him about his goose story. I'm like, you guys have to compare stories.
For sure. Did he accidentally murder a goose too?
I'm not saying anything, but yeah, I'll let him tell you.
All right.
I thought of you when I heard the story. I'm like, oh.
It happens. All right, I'll let Michael bring that back around if he finds it. I just ate 16 capital. What is that?
Chipolata sausages.
I cannot see today. I don't know what's going on my eyes. Oh, chipolata. Is that like Chipotle?
Chipotle. Yeah, it's sort of spicy, isn't it?
Oh, I got you 16. I just ate. Wow, that's awesome. It sounds delicious.
Yeah, see, I could only get one down and it would get stuck. Sausages are a no-go for me, but did you enjoy them? It looked like you had a little frowny face in there.
What's that?
Looked like you had a frowny face in there, like a crying face. Is that because they were hot or you didn't enjoy them?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Let us know. I raise chickens on the farm. I don't eat them because they are disgusting creatures that eat their own crap. I agree. They are. So you're saying they're like field shrimp. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't eat them either. I don't think they're our food. I think they're our dog's food or our other carnivore predators' food.
They can have good eggs, though.
They do.
Chicken used to be my fave. I never gave beef a thought, but it's completely the opposite now. Yeah. I used to love chicken too, but now I just don't like it. But I'm a crazy bird lady too now. I love my parrots. So anything with bird feet, I can't eat. It's a mental game for me.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, the liver learns to make the bile on demand, sort of whereas the gallbladder stores it. So it's always on hand. So it just takes time. And my liver was fatty too. Yeah. Well, so many people reverse their fatty liver going carnivore. So yeah, they do all the time, don't we?
For sure. Chipotle sausages are not hot. They're just tiny breakfast sausages. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I think the ones we've had are a little bit spicy, the ones that I've got here, but I don't eat them because I can't. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe
I've never
there's
had
different ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't take oxbol if you have diarrhea already.
Do tell.
Great advice.
I feel like that's a public service announcement by example.
I love the taste of lamb. Would prefer hogget, but you can no longer get it. Lamb is around 1 year and hoggets are 2 years. Yeah, we had this talk in the chew that a hogget, a lamb is 1 year and hogget is 2 years.
Older.
Is it like 2 teeth? Is that what a 2 tooth? Isn't the other name they call it? And then the sheep is much older. Or, is that right? Something like that.
I don't know. I've never heard that, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Todd, I tried cracked chicken that Marsha made for potluck, only to find out she used a pinch of garlic. My knees are talking to me. Hope they are better by work time tomorrow. Yeah, there you go.
It's very interesting. It did the same thing to me, Tim. It's crazy. And it's had me a little bit sore for the last like 5-6 days. So crazy. But the question again is, does this stuff hurt more than it used to, or do we just now feel it more because we're not numb to it anymore? I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's crazy. It was definitely the garlic that, because I had eaten the shrimp with just the butter and the shrimp, same butter for like 5 days without a problem. I added 2 tablespoons of garlic and both my knees got inflamed, and I'm still like, they're 80% better, but they're still a little sore. I'm like, that's impressive. So shrimp's on, or garlic is on my for never crap list right now for sure.
I was warned about my liver because I liked beer. It's fine now, but took 2 years carnivore to fix. Feel much better and don't miss my dark beers. Oh, good job on that was for the fatty liver.
That's awesome.
Great job. Yeah.
Very good job. Yeah, it's hard to quit that stuff, but it's so good. And it's so freeing to not have a vice, I had so many vices and I just thought, everybody has vices. That's just what life is. And you don't have, I know I'm speaking controversial, but I don't have any vices that I know of. I probably do. I think carnivore communities, and now carnivore is probably my vice, but I guess I don't have any super vices contrary to my goals, maybe you could say right now, which is handy, because they're just helping me go in the right direction. I'm sure we all still have some kind of vices, but
today I already mowed my front lawn, washed my bed linen, topped up the coolant to my ute, all before 8 o'clock a.m. 38 degrees Celsius here today. Whoa, that's hot. I think Boxing Day is going to be 40 here for us in Melbourne. But it's like 18 degrees out here today, so it's been raining.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's a lot to get done by 8 a.m. Good job.
That's a ton.
It really is crazy, Todd, how things can flare us up. Yeah.
It is. But like Lindy said, it's actually kind of a blessing because, it wasn't like it was a cheat. I knew that there's a chance because I knew from Texas that just lettuce could do it, that anything can do it. And I'd already had this problem with black pepper, but that's what I love about carnivore and doing it really clean. Is that it's exactly what Jordan Peterson said. The power of carnivore is that it's an animal base. The least inflammatory diet you can be on, animal-based elimination diet. So if you can just do it really strict, then you just add single ingredients back in one at a time, and you can see for you, your N equals 1 experiment, is this good for you or is this bad for you? And it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that, does it? You know, and I think there's even things that are neutral, like we talked about pork. Bacon's neutral for me. Doesn't make me feel bad, but it doesn't make me feel good. I don't get an abundance of energy out of it, but it doesn't make me feel bad. I don't have a reaction to it. So I have some bacon now and then, or I'll put a bacon in addition to something that does make me feel good. But I generally opt to red meat and beef being, you know, that source 99 times out of 100, because beef makes me feel like I want to go throw around heavy things, and I just have sustained energy and better mental clarity all day long. You know, like, look, I'm having a hard time seeing the screen today, and I'm not reading. Like, I have a little bit of dyslexia, and it's jumbling up the words right now, and my brain's not working very good. And I'm 100% certain that it's from the Texas Roadhouse steak last night. 100% certain. So I'm sitting here feeling. It does. It's crazy how simple that is, but I would not know this if I didn't know what it was like to be optimal from Carnivore and know what my potential is and how good my mind can work and how good I can feel. But right now I'm having problems just from one Texas Roadhouse meal. How crazy is that? And all it was meat. Still, just meat at Texas Roadhouse, and whatever they cooked it in, whatever they put it on, wherever the meat came from, it's making it where the margarine, the seed oil that's on the searing grill, according to John. And who knows? Somebody said that it tasted like it had seasoning. It did taste slightly off or strange to me. I just thought it was probably the margarine, but yeah, it could be. But yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking today, you know, all these things, and that's the beauty of it. Is I'm like, Texas Roadhouse off the list, not no more. You know, garlic off the list, black pepper off the list. You know, these things you can just write off the list and know I don't have to even guess anymore. Like, you know, and somebody will definitely ask me sometime, is garlic good? I'm going to say, not for me, but I don't know what you like. It's good if you don't have a problem with it and it makes you eat more beef and you don't have a reaction to it. But I know it's not good for me because it makes me limp around, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Mutton is much older. Yep.
For sure.
So you got your lamb, and then you got your two-tooth or hogget, and then mutton is the older sheep.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I never knew that.
2 tablespoons of garlic. No wonder.
Is that a lot? Didn't seem like a lot. Because, I mean, I was putting it in with 2 pounds of shrimp and like 8 ounces of butter. So I actually thought it was probably sparing. My gut instinct was to put about 6 ounces in there. That's what I wanted to do. But I just was like, I don't know how bad this is going to be. So I just took 2 spoonfuls.
Yeah, I think it seems like a lot, but was it very garlicky?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a good job you sleep alone.
Yeah,
you didn't Dutch oven Cosette.
No, I breathed on myself and woke myself up like, who did that? Oh, it was me. It's my breath. Banging.
When you withdraw, you lose tolerance, and then it really affects you, even garlic, the antibiotic. Yeah.
Definitely does. It definitely got me. And so it's on the no-fly list right now for sure.
And we were talking like before the live stream how when we used to go out, we'd feel like crap, but it was like that's how we felt normally all the time. That was normal for us. But now that we're feeling optimal, you go out and you try these things and then you feel crap. It's like, no, I don't like that feeling. I want my new normal to come back. So it's good to be able to take these things out of your diet. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have these warning signs or signals. I tolerate everything, which is a bit of a curse for me.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, dumpster fire was my standard operating procedure. Like that was just my normal state, was to wake up and not want to wake up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I totally get that. Holy crap. Did we catch up on comments?
Wow.
You guys need to step up your game.
Oh, they're all talking in the chat. I mean, chat's been going mad, so it's been good.
That's
We're
awesome.
nobody's paying attention.
They're not talking to us. They're
No,
busy.
they're talking to each other. I know. This is how it happens.
We've been kicked out of the Cool Cup.
That's awesome. Well, you guys come up here and do this. We'll chat. We should put you guys on the camera.
Does anyone want to jump on and have a chat with us? We've got half an hour to kill.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's put the link out there. Man, my brain is not working today.
I got it.
Thank you.
Come and talk to us about your Christmas plans or your New Year's resolutions or I don't know, anything, everything.
Make fun of Todd.
That's always open season on the hat.
Hey, we are responding to what you were talking about too. Yeah. It's good that everyone can connect in the chat and just swap ideas around. And that's what it's like in SBG as well. We all throw away ideas and learn from each other.
For sure.
I just want to thank Lindy for her advice last week for bariatric patients. I've been cooking a big plate of food in the morning and taking it out and eating what I can, and it's really helped me eat more. Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, we just need to do that little bit of prime, and we do it a little, different than everybody else. But just, even getting started, some hunger pains and not feeling so overly full. Awesome. Yeah, that full feeling is not nice. So just to gradually sort of build it up slowly, it's much easier on the system. And you don't feel like such a failure then, at least if you've got a plan.
That's awesome.
I haven't kept up with you guys. How is weight loss going?
Oh, it's going fantastic. Lindy's about to get skin surgery.
Yeah, I'll lose hopefully 22 pounds in one hit. So that's how much skin is just I've got on my stomach. The rest, that's for another day, but that's going to be a huge bump.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I just got into the 300, so just got under 400, which is awesome. So I'm officially about 310 pounds down. And just the real miracle to it all is the strength I've gotten back and just the ability, the lean tissue and just the strength, and just I feel normal again. I don't have to worry about anything. So it's quite incredible for sure.
Me, I've been stalled this past 8 months or so, and it's really frustrating. That's why I'm really looking forward to starting the new year, because this year really has been hitting me hard with my aches and pains and my legs swelling up on me. So I'm hoping 2025 is a new year for me. Michael's
got a lot more healing than me and Lindy had for sure. He's got a ton of impacted lipedema that's on a huge scale. Yep. So, but that's all right, because soon enough, Michael is going to be on the meat bus with us going to the next meetup. I had to make it a little bit cringy.
I did like the Thelma and Louise analogy better.
Do you know the stalker, Lindy?
Yeah, I'm running like, go to the butcher before they run out of prime rib, honey.
Get going.
Drive fast. Yeah, the butcher wouldn't take my order. He's like, no, we're too busy to take orders. Just come in. And I'm stuck here. So it's your job.
Drive like the people that you yell at just this one time. The Christmas ribeye depends on it, Scott.
Drive like Todd.
Yes. Pull your hat down, okay? Get it down and get going.
Drive like it's your job. Go and get some prime rib. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, let's see what this is.
Now, I think we've got a visitor in the writing room.
Oh, do we? I didn't even see.
Yeah.
Hold on. There he is.
Hey.
There he is.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
How you
Hello.
doing?
Good. How
It's
you
good.
been?
I've been good, man.
Right on. How's your Christmas
Yes.
going?
That was going pretty well. We haven't got there yet, but we're still pretty well.
That's
What have you
awesome.
guys been up to? Haven't seen you for a while.
I know you've been. We've been all kind of busy, I think, for the holiday season. But yeah, we just been doing a lot in SBG and then a lot of work and doing some live streams. How about you? I see you're on Rumble quite a bit lately.
Yeah, yes and no. Just uploading pretty much the same stuff from YouTube, but yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot of any of that stuff at the moment, really.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. How's this stuff with the age verification gonna treat YouTube, you think?
Yeah, well, we're trying to avoid it, but we had petitions going, and we got them to they couldn't put it through. They couldn't put the bill through its initial plan, but they stuck it. They just changed the name and then just put it through anyway. So I'm not sure. That doesn't really come in until next year. So I'm really not sure how that's going to work. I mean, for us, you have to give YouTube all your ID and anything anyway to start a channel. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. I mean, they'll just give it that information to the government anyway. But how it affects everyone else, they have to have age verification to use any kind of social media. And when they do that, they even it doesn't matter what age you are, they're going to monitor everything that you're going to watch. So, I mean, they've even got they've got ads running on TV now, and they're using women as an excuse. They're saying there's the commercial goes the violence against women is at epidemic proportions in Australia, and it all starts with disrespect online from an early age. So now that they're literally saying that. So we have to watch everything that the children watch, everything they listen to make sure that they don't disrespect women online, so that they don't get violent towards women as they get older. That's what they're saying. That they're literally telling us that they are monitoring. They're going to monitor absolutely everything that you do online. You know, they're not even hiding it.
No, for future crimes and thought crimes.
Yeah, that's right. You know, so if you and obviously anything that you think that goes against the government, what the government wants, is going to be a crime. You know, they're already arresting people. You know, Australia is one of the worst countries for political prisoners when it comes to speaking out against the government. You know, there are many political prisoners here. You know, they arrest them all the time. You know, it's such a communist state. It really is. So we have to be very careful what we say. I mean, actually being able to use YouTube, I don't think it's going to change a whole lot, but being careful what we say is going to be far more difficult, I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey, Beth. Nice to see you all. Hope you all have a great Christmas this year.
Good Carnivore Christmas coming up. I'm just gonna start some comments if you want to read that one, Lindy.
Yeah, from Juliet. When you fast, do the ketones stay elevated for a little while after you stop the fast? I need to work on insulin resistance and considering trying a fast. Who wants to answer that? I'm not really a faster, so.
Yeah, I mean, until you, I mean, they stay elevated until you eat something for sure. But
you get out of ketosis as soon as you eat.
Yeah, for certain. But I mean, if you listen to Dr. Jason Fung, I mean, that's why I do 7-day fast when I'm fasting, is because the longer you can hold your fasted insulin set point down, the more, the better your odds are of reversing insulin resistance, you know? And so I find that to be the most helpful thing I can do, but I was not successful like you got to nourish your body first. And so I find it way easier. I was able to do 12 7-day fasts this summer, and I was only able to do that because of, because I ate, I put a lot of meat down beforehand in preparation, but then, man, that was so helpful. It really healed up my lymphatic system, and it really seems to be helping my insulin resistance, So,
Yeah, I think fasting has more benefits for your lymphatic system, because the problem is, like these days, most people, our bodies are never without food. It's like a constant working through, people graze like a cow, like, so it's, it's never empty. You got to give it a rest too.
for sure.
And, like there's a lot of things you can do that will give you the same benefits as fasting, but I think it's always good just to have like your body empty at some point. Fasting is great for many other things too, like stimulating stem cell release. Okay, it's really good for that. It's another thing, like you're talking about the lymphatics as well, is that it's not just about fasting and what you eat and stuff like that. It's also about circulation, and circulation is so important. People don't understand it. It's like it's one of the it have to be the top 3 benefit, like most important things. And I mean, without circulation, you don't get the fluids around the body. You don't get the hormone production. You don't get the ketones to the brain. You don't get your immune system working and things like that. So it's really, really important. The other thing would be, when you do fast, I don't think you need to do so much like a 7-day. I mean, depending on where you are too. I don't think you really need a 7-day fast. But don't be afraid. Even when you do like a small window of eating, even if you eat every day, all right, you're going to be in ketosis for most of the time when you are not eating. And it doesn't matter what you eat, you're going to get out of ketosis when you do eat. All right. But we're not meant to be in ketosis all the time. All right. We're meant to dip in and out, in and out, in and out. That's the way the body works. Don't worry about staying in ketosis all the time. Yeah, sure, you want to be in ketosis when you're not eating, all right? But when you do eat, don't worry about it.
For sure. Well, that's awesome. There, LaDonna's asking you to talk about the stem cells she sees on your screen there.
Oh yeah, yes. The raw products are really good. These 3 products. There is there's the soy active. The stem cell support is the Stem Enhance Ultra. Okay, these are things that I use because they're actually the only things that I use at the moment. And the Plasma Flow. Now, the Stem Enhance Ultra is a product, and now they've actually made a new product here in Australia for first early release. It's called Hardcore Carnivore. The capsules are actually made from like a bovine capsule. It's actually animal. It's all animal based, right? Not like the usual ones, the gel cap things. But the Stem Enhance Ultra actually stimulates the body to release more adult healthy stem cells. Okay, because as we get older, we always produce stem cells, but as we get older, it gets more difficult to release them into the system. Okay, and as that happens, the telomeres on like the little shoelace ends of each DNA strand, okay, they get shorter and shorter. Okay, and there are a number of ways that you can lengthen them and you can release more stem cells. One is obviously these, they actually help you to lengthen or to preserve the life of the telomeres. Okay, which means that each DNA or each stem cell is going to live longer, which obviously is going to make your whole body live longer. or look younger anyway. But fasting is another good way to do it. Lift heavy. Okay, so resistance training, like at high intensity, also does this. High intensity interval training does it, and eating meat also does that. Okay, because amino acids also help you do that. But this has been I've done this against my blood tests and everything that I do pretty regularly. These have been the best products that I have found to help my blood work, and certainly they do actually do what they're supposed to do. These are nutraceuticals; they're not supplements, because the carnivore diet doesn't need supplement. But these are not about making the diet full; it's about making your diet better. So enhancing it. The Active is like an activator. It helps the Stem Enhance Ultra to activate the blood, and the Plasma Flow helps clear the blood system of particles that sort of tend to get built up, and it sort of clears away. It helps your lymphatics get rid of dead cells and things like that. So those three products together, absolutely brilliant. And I thoroughly recommend it. I don't recommend anything else, really. That's pretty much the only products that I do.
That's awesome.
But they work very well, actually.
That's awesome. So if I'm not mistaken, all stem cells are all released from your bone marrow, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's another way you can do this too. Is like I was talking about breath work the other day. I'm doing a lot about breath work at the moment, because breath work is, aside from the carnivore diet, breath work is my number 2 life hack that's helped me get from bedridden to where I am now. With breath work, you can basically do a high intensity interval training session from the bed. Okay, you can do all kinds of metabolic training from with breath work. But it stimulates your vagus nerve. It does a whole lot for your nervous system. It does a lot for your obviously for your respiratory system. It also does a lot for your lymphatic system, because it circulates the lymph fluid, because you have to use a lot of muscles to do breath work, your stomach, your chest, everything like that. All right. But another thing that it does that most people don't understand or don't know about is that it stimulates HIFs, okay, which are something that gets stimulated in your blood that stimulates your kidney to release a hormone known as EPO. Okay, and what the EPO hormone does is has a number of functions, including protecting your heart, your brain, all your other organs. But it also stimulates the bone marrow to release more red blood cells. Now, this is something that's really helped me a lot, because my platelet count has been low since all the years of chemotherapy, but it has steadily increased along with the carnivore diet and with breathing sessions. And I've noticed the difference when, between my blood tests, if I do breathing every day, like breath work, and like a 3-month period without any breath work, my bloods will dip dramatically. Okay, so that's how effective it is. So it's really good at stimulating the production of red blood cells. Now, another reason why this would be good with the Stem Enhance Ultra. Now, when you do breath work, for example, and so you do what they call low oxygen tension, and that's what causes you to produce HIFs and then EPO and then the red blood cells. So when you do low oxygen tension like that, and you do holds, okay, so you got low oxygen tension, and then when you start breathing in and you do a deep breath in, now you've saturated you've saturated the body with the stimulation of red blood cells. Then you breathe in deep, and you saturate those red blood cells with oxygen. Okay, so you've got more oxygen getting around to the rest of your cells in your body. All right, which means that along with like Stem Enhance Ultra, okay, you're going to be pushing around a lot more healthy stem cells as well. Yeah? So it all works together, just absolutely brilliant. It's just an amazing mechanism that really gets your body, you know, you're getting all this red blood cells, bone marrow, and stem cells and oxygen around to your body. You just feel amazing afterwards. You really do.
Right. That's awesome. Well, I'll have to check it out. Let's see here. Gonna catch up on a comment. But yeah, that's it. That is awesome. I'm thinking about trying some stem cell therapy before I get skin surgery. So that's interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's like I just said, there's a number of ways you can do it yourself, and I mean, you really want your body to release as many healthy stem cells as possible. Yeah, like apart from that, I mean, there's just a really, I just love breath work. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and you can really do so much from. I mean, like when I started, I couldn't move off the bed, so anyone can do this at any level, you know.
Who do you follow for breath work?
Well, I mean, I started with Wim Hof. You know, I think that's a good start. But I'm working on. I'm actually a certified breath coach now too, so I'm working on that as well. I'll be doing some videos for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm working on just editing one now. I'm putting up on my Patreon page today. Yeah, but I'll have some more of that out. I do have some videos on breath work out, like in my 4 and 7 life hack videos. So if you guys want to check that out.
That's awesome. Yeah, and let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah. Well, you can get me at DC Lane today. Now it's my Optimal Health podcast. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Appreciate you hopping in. And yeah, we're opening it up here at the end, and because we caught up on all the chats, and so we're opening it up for the last 20 minutes here. So, but we finally hit our. Oh, do we have another one? Oh, yeah, we didn't answer this one yet. That's for Lindy.
Oh, Lindy, sous vide is great for tougher meat, and they have silicone bags. Cool, yeah. It just still seems like too much work for me. I'm definitely a lazy cook these days. But yeah, if anyone wants to cook me a sous vide steak, I would definitely give it a try. But I just don't think I would invest in a sous vide at this stage. But maybe my mind will change once I've eaten it. So, not saying never. Like I did with a smoker. I never thought I'd own a smoker, and now it's the best thing since an air fryer. So.
How long do you smoke? Like you put the meat in for a smoke, like tough meat into a smoker for?
Depends on what piece of meat, but like, so I'll do like 20 pounds of ribeye or prime rib for just like 3 to 4 hours, but I'll do like a brisket for 12, 13 hours, like a 20-pound brisket for 12 or 13 hours.
Yeah.
I'll do like a tri-tip for about 6 hours. Yeah, it really just depends on the piece of meat, but you can do it real.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I tried a brisket, but we just cut it into steaks, and we just fried it. It's like as tough as nails. Like you can't chew it.
Yeah, you can't. If you tried it, I don't know what your guys' brisket's like, but if you try one here, I take and basically I smoke my brisket at 250 degrees for about 7 to 8 hours until it gets to 170 degrees internal temperature. And then you wrap it in parchment paper so that it's wrapped now, keep it from drying out and hold the moisture, and you put it back in, and then you heat that to an internal temperature at my elevation of 193 degrees, which takes about another 4 to 5 hours to get there. and then you take that out, you wrap it in a bath towel to keep the heat in, and then you let it set for about an hour or two, and that the inside keeps cooking for that next hour or two. And when you pull that thing out, when you take a piece of that and you cut it half inch or even pencil thick, you can rest it on your finger and it'll just fold down, and you can just pull it apart with 2 fingers and it'll just
That
fall
sounds
apart.
good. That's a long time to cook something, though.
Oh, so if I sous vide a brisket, I sous vide it for 84 hours and then I smoke it for 6. Yeah. And that's even better. So you can do a lot of fun things, but it's it is a long time, but you're getting 20
cooking a
pounds
lot
of
of meat too.
Yeah. So
So with my brisket, I'll stick it in the oven. Oh, sorry. With my brisket, I just stick it in the oven for maybe an hour, and then I throw it in my slow cooker with a heap of water, salt if you use salt, and cook it for 4 hours on high. And it comes very pull apart, really flavoursome. So that's really nice as well. That's how I eat it.
Seems like a lot of work to, like a 20-minute meal.
Well, you have to prepare for it, and then I've got three days worth of food. So it's something I would do on a Sunday, and that'll feed my husband and I for 3 days.
That's all right.
Yeah, and I just keep topping it up with water. So I've got a lot of broth, and then I just have a little bit of meat and drink the broth. So, and he has a lot of the meat.
So what are you guys doing for Christmas meals then?
I'm going to smoke a prime rib. I think I'm going to do this prime rib, and I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to get some lobster tails, and I was going to see, I don't know if you can do this, but I was thinking about smoking lobster tails.
Okay.
See what smoked lobster tails like. You guys are probably like, oh, that's no big deal. See, lobster's all exotic here because we're in the mountains. You guys are all by water, so you're probably like, so?
Well, it's changed a lot here. When I was younger, like back in the 90s, I used to go down the Gold Coast and I'd get a lobster lunch for $5. Right.
It's expensive now, isn't it?
Yeah, now it's super expensive. It wouldn't cost you. I don't think you could get one under $100 now.
Wow.
crazy.
That is super crazy.
Yeah, we're doing a smoked prime rib in the smoker as well, so we're doing a similar thing. And then I'll do some salad for the kids because they like their salads. So, yeah. And Michael's fasting, I think.
I'm gonna fast. I'm fasting out the last part of 2024.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I did a Christmas video the other day. I think people need to get away from making Christmas about food. I think spend more time doing things with your family. I think is much more important than making it about food. Don't get so worried about what you eat for Christmas, sort of thing. I know we've grown up with it, so we sort of think, oh, Christmas time, let's treat ourselves, But I think, if you spend more time if you're actually doing things rather than eating, I think you'll have a much better Christmas,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Here he comes. He brings up his meat right away. See?
Michael's fasting.
I'm okay. I'm used to his pictures.
But no,
I just finished saying, don't make Christmas about food, and up pops this big piece of meat.
Exactly. You wanted to know what a 12-hour smoked brisket was like. That's a 12-hour smoked brisket.
Okay, that's brisket.
Yeah, that's
wow. That looks really nice and tender.
Yeah, it's super tender. That thing's fall apart juicy.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially this side is the point, and it's really fatty. But I couldn't imagine eating it any other way. You can put brisket in a slow cooker, and that works too. But it's way better on the smoker for sure. It's hard to beat. But
just make sure you cook it from frozen, Todd.
Don't even think about it. Do not get me started. You people are maniacs. But I completely agree. I go on that rant too when people, and God bless them because it's just they're used to this kind of way of thinking. But when people say, "Are you going to have a cheat day?" Are you going to have a cheat day for the holidays? Are you going to treat yourself for the holidays? I'm like, no, I'm not going to go back. Yeah, like I'm not going back to drugs. And I always say these are the people we are funding the war on our health. We are buying
Exactly.
their product, and then they're attacking us with it. So
Yeah.
I just my natural comment is I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm not going to allow them to infiltrate these holidays by making it all red and blue and pink and whatever holiday colors. I mean, look at they've infiltrated all the holidays to make all of our
Yeah, that's right.
traditions about junk, about drugs, and we fall for it. I mean, it's like for Valentine's Day, it's like get your most cherished loved one this pack of poison that they can have in a heart-shaped
5
box.
pounds of chocolate.
And make them sick.
5 pounds of toxic waste. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, that's the key there is the way you look at the food. Because people say that it's not a treat. You don't get a rehab to get off cocaine and come out and treat yourself with a line of cocaine because you were good for 3 months. Right. It's the same thing.
End up right back there. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean that's 100% what I always say too. It's just like just change the word of sugar to meth, to cocaine, to heroin, like street drugs. Like, would you say, hey, it's my birthday, I'm gonna go do some heroin because I'm gonna treat myself? That's not a treat. You can ruin your life. You can jeopardize your health. Like, just change. Like, it's been so ingrained in us that, well, yeah, but they're sugar cookies with the little pink stripes on them and the cute frosting and whatever. And
we love color. We love color, and that's why they put so much color into food. Because we love all the different colors. But we're meant to live around beautiful, colorful things, and we just get sucked into it. And that lovely, crunchy, sweet item that's just full of toxic waste. It just tastes so delicious. It's so addictive. It's unbelievable. But you're right; they do infiltrate too. Like if you think about all these different diets that have come out like over the past, like paleo, ketogenic, and all these other things too, the food industry infiltrates, and they say like people will go who started on the paleo, for example, or the ketogenic diet. And it's starting to happen with carnivore as well. People think, you come up with carnivore keto snacks, right? It's low carb, so it's keto friendly. It's low carb, it's low sugar, so it's paleo friendly. But they don't tell you it's got all these artificial colorings, flavorings, and seed oils and stuff in it. Right? And you see it all the time. Like like Facebook, like a few months ago, people were trying to say, "Oh, look, I love these keto-friendly ice creams because they're low in sugar." You have to be kidding me, right?
Right.
I mean, seriously.
I know. So is rat poison. Rat poison might be low carb too, but it's still rat poison.
That's right.
Exactly. Like, let's stop letting them play this game with us. Like, it's not about being low carb. It's not about being diet or whole or health, whatever branding they want to put on it. How about just one ingredient, natural beef that we know where it came from, that's our ancestors ate, that makes us healthy. Like, it's actually very simple, but they love to keep us all confused in the minutia of all this wording and branding and propaganda. And it's just like, it's just
people don't educate themselves enough. They think it's low carb, it's carnivore, or it's keto. It's not about just being low carb.
For sure,
it's about being clean. Clean food. You want an ice block, freeze a steak and stick it on a popsicle stick.
Right.
Freeze an egg or something.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is that I love that people are getting this now, but they go, well, I just can't stand the taste of that, or I just can't, have an aversion to that or whatever. We have this idea that our taste buds are static. Like, we're born with this set calibrated taste bud that we're just going to like these things for forever. And it's so not true. Taste buds are a signaling system that, when we eat the things that our body can find a benefit to and a utility from, it'll start craving those things because it starts being able to use it as building blocks and nourishment to heal. and then your tastes change. You start
Yeah.
your body starts signaling you to go after those things. So you don't need the ice cream anymore. Like it's so freeing to recalibrate our taste buds, our mouth microbiome, our gut microbiome, and our hormones so that we can signal properly so that we can start actually craving and enjoying the things that make us healthy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and
Yeah. It takes some work though. I mean, it's not very easy. It's not easy to start with, but
no.
I think carnivore diet certainly gives people the best chance though of getting off these chemicals,
For sure.
rather than trying just like keto, because I think they get tricked by all those keto treats and stuff like that.
100%. Yeah, I know, and I mean that's why I almost feel like the keto diet got infiltrated by big food, and that's how they take them down, is
Yeah, that's
by
right. Yeah.
by just
That's exactly how they do it. They always infiltrate all of these movements because I mean, one, of course, they want to keep selling their poison, but they want to destroy anyone's health.
They do.
This is nothing that's happening like this is happening by accident.
For sure.
These are
100%.
crimes against humanity.
They really are, which is exactly why it's so easy to stay carnivore now for me, because it's just like, what do we talk about? There's a clear enemy here, and
that's right.
There's a clear line in the sand now of what side you got to stand on.
I don't get these people that go, like what carnivores can buy at these different takeouts. So, when you go to McDonald's, go through the drive-through, and these are the people trying to kill you.
Right.
Why keep funding them? All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Fast.
For sure.
All right. If you're desperate, go to a supermarket, buy a damn steak, and eat that. Jeez.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree, and I mean there's there's compromises and there are bridges on your way there, but yeah, I agree that everybody should be on the trajectory to get away from all of it, right? And just let's bankrupt these sons of bitches,
Exactly.
Let's bankrupt them and take back. And if we let the market speak, they're going to have to start catering. For forever, they'll try to ruin. Well, they are trying to still ruin whole meat and cows But
that's right. That Bovea garbage they're trying to bring out. They're trying to inject into everything. But then, it's the same as like the last few years. They tried to do those mRNA shots into cattle as well here in Australia, but it kept killing every single cow, so they couldn't actually continue it. Because all the cattle farmers started saying, "Look, you're killing all my cattle." But now they've come up with something else,
right?
Because they're poisoning our food supply. And just their feed is not enough because ruminants are so good at processing that stuff. But there's another thing. That's why I try and stay away from monogastric animals, because unless I know the source. But the only thing we can do is try our best to bankrupt these people, because otherwise they're just going to continue to do it.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean they don't care about us. They're attacking our health on purpose. So let's just know we're in a fight, and let's actually fight about it. Let's really fight it.
Well, that's the thing too. Like people don't understand the links. I mean, the food industry is the biggest industry in the world, right? Mm-hmm. But it's all owned by pharma, and pharma wants you dependent on drugs. Yep. How do they get you there? How do they get you from a healthy child to being dependent on drugs for the rest of your life? It's not like the last million years, 5 million years or so. We've made it this far with pharma. Like they didn't get us here,
right?
Right. I know.
Pfizer, for example, has been in business for 175 years, and they've cured no one.
No one ever. Yeah, I know.
Right?
That
was one person.
That's exactly why I didn't take any of the medication when I got out of the ICU, and they said, "Oh, you got congestive heart failure. You got this whole list of crap." They sent me home with all these new medications and new new specialists to go see. I threw them all in the garbage. I was like, the reason why is what you said right there. The first thing that popped in my mind is, and watching my dad for 35 years take all these medications, he never got better. He only got worse.
Yeah.
I never saw them help him.
No,
And
that's
then
right.
watching my brother take them for 2 years, they both died, you know, they only killed them. So it's like, and I'm not saying that no medication has a point for a small period of time, you know, and in rare circumstances, I'm sure there's
Yeah,
emergency
some
life.
medications are necessary for conditions that are caused by the food industry, for example, but there should be a temporary bridge between getting off the, you know, the junk and then sort of transitioning into a healthy lifestyle. You know, they
For
should.
sure.
I mean, they should be a temporary thing, not a lifelong thing. You know,
Right.
we all
100%.
lived pretty long lives, pretty healthy before all these pharmaceuticals came out.
For sure. And I mean, I'm not, you know, and also I want to reiterate this because I hear this a bunch. I speak bad about the medical industry, and I'm not talking about the doctors. I believe some of the doctors are in it for the money, but most of the doctors are just indoctrinated like we were, and even more so because they went to school for a very long period of time to get taught this stuff, and they really believe in it. And most of them are doing it for the right reasons.
I
Trying
think
to help.
there are, like you said, like there are times where you don't have a choice. Yeah, because like I think I don't really regret the chemotherapy that I went through, because honestly, like if you are already very high stage 4, okay, I think that especially you have to take what's available to you at the time. There are, if I just started getting to like a stage 1 or something like that, then you might be able to change things with dietary interventions. Okay, I'm sure you can, but when you've got literally like weeks to live, there's really no other choice. You just have to take whatever treatment's available to you. And I think for me, unfortunately, it was like that was my only option. So chemotherapy, it did save me. You know, I mean, there were times where it got very touch and go, and I know a lot of people don't make it through chemotherapy because chemotherapy kills more people than it actually saves, you know, basically because it opens you up to infections and things like that. But yeah, the food industry puts you in that no choice situation though. You know, the food industry gets you, and like, I'm not talking about just the junk food sort of stuff. I'm talking about like the fitness industry, because I thought I was doing everything. I was doing everything right. I had all so-called health food, okay, protein powders and all these supplements and everything like that. So I was very healthy. I was lean and I was fit. So I thought I was healthy. So there's a very big difference between being lean, fit, and healthy. But so the food industry gets its claws into the fitness and health industry as well, just the same as every other, part of our diet and environment. But it puts you in a situation where you just don't have a choice. And some of these medications, these interventions are necessary. But
for sure,
because I've changed my lifestyle, I've changed my diet, I've been able to stay off medications now for nearly 10 years. All right. That's the difference, because with diet, you can change. I think you can change the outcome, I don't have to keep going through these chemotherapies,
For sure. That's incredible. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But I think we are making a difference. I'm seeing such an increase in, even in my own small circle of people now that carnivore is not this taboo thing near as much anymore.
No, that's right. No, it's getting much easier to talk about. And I think, like you're saying, like when you in kind of medical, it doesn't matter what you're going through. Okay, we'll talk about even cancer treatments, right? Even if you're going through those treatments and you're still doing chemotherapy or anything else, if you're on the carnivore diet and you're doing fasting, it's going to make it a lot easier and you're going to give you a much better chance of surviving as well.
For sure. Yeah. Did you see on Instagram? I'll say this and we can comment on it and then we'll wrap up. But there was a gal that showed a paper that showed a study on red meat showing that it was actually that they found that a diet heavy in red meat, you are less likely to feed cancer or get cancer, which we all know is the truth, right? That's obvious. But what was crazy was it was a medical study done on it, but even the peer-reviewed peers that were reviewing this study put in there in a note, but it's still not a reason to eat red meat because because hamburger and pizza is still dangerous, and so it'll give people carte blanche, freedom to eat pizza and hamburgers. And it's like, why? Nobody's saying to eat pizza and hamburgers. We're saying to eat red meat.
Yeah, morons. You should have seen this conversation I had last week. This idiot, he just gone through immunotherapy for follicular lymphoma, same as my disease, but he's much lower level. They've been using immunotherapy recently in the last couple of years rather than chemotherapy because it's much easier on the body. But he's telling me that he must be been reading the WHO site or something, because he's like, meats, you say ketogenic and carnivore diets are bullshit, and meats are carcinogenic and all this other garbage. He's just absolute moron. And then he said like the bodybuilding diet is perfect, low fat, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, well, fine, see you in maybe like a year or two, and you have a relapse, mate. Because I mean, it's just nuts. Like these people, and then he tried to lecture me on like how cancer is big business. I'm like, you don't say. Really?
No kidding, right? Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know, man. We just got to stay in the fight, and we got to keep these communities growing, and we are going to win this war. I really think that there is a great awakening happening right now. I can see it in our country.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. There's going to be big changes. Hopefully this year there's going to be pretty rough, I think, for a lot of people, but hopefully it won't last too long. I know there's a lot of people doing it tough out there, so I hope you just stay tough and hang in there. Like just down the road from me now at the beach, there's a big tent city, because people, working people just can't find a place to live in Australia. It's too expensive. So there's people just living in tents on the beach at the moment. So, I know Christmas can be a hard time for a lot of people. So, but hang in there.
For sure, absolutely. Well, yeah, and we're not going to see you until next Sunday. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Stay carnivore. Don't feed the machine that's fighting against you. So don't buy their crap. Tell them to stuff it.
That's right.
Eat your meat. Yeah. And we will see you next Sunday. We love you guys, and we will see you next
everyone.
time.
Have a great holiday
Merry
season.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.